everybody. Welcome back into Gwynn and Chris, kicking off another week here. Happy Monday to you. Chrisello back from vacation. And now the Padres go on vacation for a few days. Tony Gwynn Jr. goes on vacation for
Did we take
days.
the wrong vacation days?
Like you should. You think
you and I should have taken
week?
this week.
I know. My wife put the vacation together and did not take into account the All-Star break. So we ended up vacationing the week before the All-Star break, which is good because that brings us in here. We got a lot to recap. First half of the season wrapping up, and the Padres finishing up a series yesterday with the Phillies. We'll get into all of that. We got a lot of about today. I mean, I know the home run derby is tonight, and I could almost care less about it, but I know a lot of people, still love the home run derby. It's a big deal to a lot of people, so we'll get into that as well. The Major League Baseball draft continues today. I don't think I have any eligibility left, so I'm not expecting a phone call from anywhere, but
that's unfortunate.
You never can tell, and we'll keep you up to date. Padres are selecting a whole bunch of guys from the Padres are hilarious on the draft.
Why is that?
AJ Preller. He's just, look, first of all, is it going to be a good draft or not? I don't know. And nobody knows.
We'll see in 7 years.
That's right. You're either going to get, somebody somewhere you're going to get a Jackson Merrill or somewhere you're going to get a Donovan Tate. And you're like, who's that? Well, he was the third or fourth overall pick one year, and he never amounted to anything. So, it's almost impossible to tell. But the Padres are, and AJ Preller, maybe more than others, seem like they're more famous for drafting guys from places that honestly I've never even heard of. They got a guy today from Shippensburg University.
Oh, Shippensburg.
You know Shippensburg,
don't
you?
Yeah, I went there for...
You went there?
Yeah, for a day.
You know what? I'm not surprised. You went to every other school in the country.
I did go to a lot of schools.
Yeah, so maybe you did check in at Shippensburg. There was another guy I wanted
Where is Shippensburg? I'm looking it up.
Yeah,
right
have somebody look it up.
It's Pennsylvania.
They got look, yesterday they got, I love the guy they got in the first round yesterday. I don't know anything. I don't know if he's going to be any good.
Schoolcraft?
You got to love that. You'll never forget the name Cruz Schoolcraft.
Yes.
6'8" left-hander. 6'8" left-hander. I mean, Randy Johnson was only 6'10". And this kid's coming out of high school. Now, I always worry about this, but I don't think it's going to matter here. But he's a commit. He already committed to the University of Tennessee, which gives him a little bit of a,
choice. He has a choice in where he plays.
And yeah, right. I mean, if the Padres make him an offer that he doesn't like, he could always give that and say, I think I'm going to go to Tennessee.
Yeah.
So the Padres will have to make sure they get him signed, and that's always a bit of an issue. But I think this kid, in hearing what he had to say and reading what he had to say, he's like, I just want to get to the major leagues as quick as possible. So,
okay.
The quickest,
take it.
Right. The quickest way is going to be, signing with the Padres. And, we'll see where it goes.
We talked about, sorry, before you go any further, we talked about this briefly last week. I had no idea. Did you know that Tony Gwynn Jr. was drafted by the Braves first? And then he went to college?
High school?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It was like in the 33rd round or
Yeah.
something like that. And then he was like, I knew that they weren't going to give me a good opportunity at the time. So I went back to school.
Yeah. Now, I did not know that he was drafted by the Braves in the 33rd round. And by the time he went to school and then got drafted by the Brewers, he was in like the, third round or fourth round.
Yeah, he was. So I think he was a third rounder.
He picked up a lot of ground.
He did. That's why guys go back to school.
He picked up 30 rounds by going back to school. Interesting comparison by ESPN.com today about Cruz Schoolcraft. That's his name. It's really his name. Cruz, Kruz, Schoolcraft. Just how it sounds. He's from high school in Oregon. He was the Oregon High School Player of the Year. He's a 6'8" lefty. He can hit too. He had a big-time batting average and home runs and everything in high school. So, he does a little bit of both. But the guy they compared him to on ESPN.com, guy you may be a little familiar with at the moment, Christopher Sanchez.
Oh, I'll take that comparison. Wow.
Right. Well, let's just say this for Schoolcraft. If he's going to be Christopher Sanchez, better start working on his changeup.
Yes.
Because Christopher Sanchez had the Padres tied up in knots yesterday.
Yes.
With that changeup. And I kept – you do the same thing, Skraby, as I do, I think.
What?
And that is you scream at the television. and you go, hey, the changeup is coming. Like, you know it. You know they know it in the batter's box, yet they swing at it and it bounces on the ground and you strike out.
Well, Tony was breaking down. Last week he was breaking down because I don't think we've talked to you since
it's been a while.
Like 2 Tuesdays ago.
I missed
because Wednesday was the doubleheader day, and then Thursday you had a day off, and then we didn't have Friday, and then you had vacation.
Right.
But Tony was breaking down Christopher Sanchez, and he was like getting PTSD of being in the box against the lefty like him because he did this on TV, and then he explained it to us. Christopher Sanchez releases the ball at the same point all the time.
Almost impossible.
So you cannot pick it up.
Almost impossible. Mike Schultz said it's the hardest pitch to adjust to and get ready for. Hardest to get ready for because you can't duplicate it. Nobody else can duplicate it.
Yeah.
Anybody can throw a fastball in batting practice. You can spin a curve up there. You can't duplicate the Christopher Sanchez changeup.
Yeah.
And look, Elias Diaz and my Camposano, my gosh, he's struggling so bad and it looks so overmatched. But
we need to get into a conversation about him.
We will.
Okay,
and look, he's 0 for 21 now, the whole thing, but just he missed the changeup by like 5 feet. And
what is he going to do?
Diaz,
he's up and down. He doesn't get looks.
Yeah, that's hard. That's hard. You're going to fly the guy out, put him in the lineup for one game against Christopher Sanchez and ask him to come through. So I think that's fair. But anyway, we'll talk more about the game yesterday in a minute. Anyway, that's who they compare Cruz Schoolcraft to. And again, he's going to have to work on his changeup if he's ever going to be Christopher Sanchez. I did think it was interesting. The very next pick after the Padres, did you see who it was?
No.
The Phillies picked right-handed pitcher Gage Wood from Arkansas. And everybody said, who's that? He's the guy that threw the no-hitter in the College World Series this year.
Oh, yeah.
And had 19 strikeouts in that game. Is the third no-hitter in the history of the College World Series. The Phillies, they're thinking, at least according to people who, research this stuff, like the Phillies have no bullpen. We know that. And that's the only Achilles heel that team has. They think this guy might, by the end of the season, be able to come up and blow some 95-mile-an-hour fastballs as a closer. They think.
Seems ambitious.
Maybe ambitious, but you never can tell. Anyway, so here's my thing, and this is how I always judge it. Will Cruz Schoolcraft have a better career than Gage Wood? That's kind of what I look at. I know there's going to be other guys drafted before and after him, but to me, like the Padres are sitting there. This guy who threw a no-hitter in the College World Series, a 19 Ks, is available. Padres go with an unproven left-handed high school kid. That's what the Padres do. Jackson Merrill was an unproven high school kid. Right on down the line. DeVries,
yeah.
Ethan Salas.
Yeah.
Go back to C.J. Abrams.
Yeah.
All of these guys. The Padres haven't taken a college player with the first pick since Cal Quantrill.
Wow.
And that was, 12 years
ago.
Right. So this is what the Padres do. Hopefully it'll work out for them. But moving on down the board, they took an outfielder from Western Kentucky. At least I've heard of Western Kentucky. Okay, that's better than some of these other guys. 4th pick, a pitcher from St. Bonaventure.
I know, the Bonnies.
The Bonnies, yeah. His name's Michael Salina, if that means anything to you. 5th round, a catcher. I don't even know what this is. Inspiration Academy in Florida.
Oh, that's one of those.
Is that where you just go if you don't want to go?
If you're a really good athlete and you just want to play at the highest level,
you don't ever want to go to school.
Yeah. I think
so. Instead of high school, you go here.
It's like IMG Academy for basketball. No, basketball has IMG Academy where all like the up and comers go.
Well, he can't. Here's the thing with Inspiration Academy. I get it for tennis. Okay, I get these kids who kind of leave their lives and go to academies in Florida and play tennis. In baseball, the only reason I'm not sure that this is the route to take is that nobody else in the draft is from Inspiration Academy. Like, he's the only one that I've seen. So is that really a place known for churning out great talent? We'll find out. 6th round, here's the pitcher from Shippensburg University. 7th round, they got a guy from Cincinnati. That's an actual university that I've heard of.
He's a Bearcat.
They got a Boomer Sooner pitcher in the 8th round, Arizona State in the 9th round, NC State shortstop in the 10th. Anyway, on and on it goes. They got another high school kid in the 11th round. So they're drafting continuing today. So there you have that. We'll keep an eye on that. We'll wish the Padres well in the draft. Like I said, you don't know because when Jackson Merrill was taken, did anybody go, oh, that's a lock?
No, because
or they might have said that, but we've heard that with other guys who don't turn out to be locks.
What I've been reading about Jackson Merrill ever since he signed the contract, and they told the story of how AJ Preller went and watched him play high school baseball in like a costume, basically.
It tried not to be noticed, and then was totally noticed.
But it was totally noticed. Yeah,
everybody noticed.
But I guess like people at the time really thought that the Padres were reaching on him.
They thought they were reaching on him.
Yeah.
So, well, they were wrong. They
were wrong.
They were not. Well, you know what? You might have said they were reaching until Saturday when he finally woke back up and hit a couple of home runs there. That was really good to see.
Zach Wheeler.
We needed to see that from Jackson Merrill. I said it a month ago, Skraby. The season's going to come down to the performances in the second half of Jackson Merrill and Fernando Tatis Jr., and both guys are showing some signs. So that's what, we needed.
Yes.
Fernando finished, I think, 333 over the last 12 games.
I'll take it.
Prior to that, we know it was bad for 70 games, 60 games.
It was.
Fernando was hitting barely over 200. So hopefully he gets it rolling. You get Jackson Merrill's bat back, and, you add somebody here at the trade deadline, I'm sure the Padres are going to do, and they should be in good shape. Look, they're in better shape this year at the All-Star break than they were last year. And it's not really even close. So we'll talk about that when we come back. We're underway. Gwynn and Chris. Tony Gwynn Jr. is off for the All-Star break, but Skraby and I are here a full 4 hours until 6 o'clock. Let's settle in. Skraby, take a deep breath, and away we go on 97.3 The Fan.
At
Stay low. Hands on the heart. Stay low. Wait on all the way down. Ready to brake. All the way. Here we go. Go, you idiot. Right. Typical tandem student right there. I tried. I wrecked your
Back, Skraby. I know that a lot of us out there live for vacation. Like, people work and then they plan their next vacation and then they start counting the days. You know what I mean?
Yes, I'm not one of those. But
I don't do that either. Vacation's great. We had a nice time. We went up to Telluride in the, fly into Denver there, and then you drive up into the mountains. And Telluride's actually barely still in Colorado. I didn't realize how far away it was. It's about 6 hours from Denver.
Whoa,
5.5 or 6.
Closer to like the Utah border,
I guess. Yeah, you actually are. You're closer to Utah than Denver.
Dang.
But we broke it up, so we stayed in a couple of different places on the way up there, and we just relaxed and we hiked a little and swam a little. And
did you need a vacation from your vacation?
Well, I was gonna say, the lovely Lori,
your wife,
my wife, she loves to go on walks when we're on vacation.
Okay.
So we get up in the morning and she's like, all right, let's go for our workout. Let's go walk. So we go walk like 40 minutes. Then we come back. We went with another couple. So they wake up and then they're like, we got to go to breakfast. So we go walk to breakfast. Then we come back. What do you want to do now? Well, maybe we want to go for a hike. There's a beautiful waterfall up there. So we go for another walk and go back, to the waterfall and come back. Then it's time for dinner. Well, we got to walk to dinner, don't we? So by
what am I going to be like wasting away over here?
I mean. by the end of the day, and we have the little counter thing that you have
step
now.
Counter, yeah.
Step counter. We walked in 4 days over 31 miles.
Whoa!
Yeah, I'm like, what are we doing? We could have. Let me get home so I can rest.
Wow,
31 miles. My wife's crazy.
No, she's just she does what I should be doing.
I know she does what we all should be doing. You're right. So we walked a lot, and I was really tired of walking at the end. We did. I'm going to throw one story in, and then we'll get back to.
Please,
we'll get back to. We got a lot of time.
I want to hear all the stories.
I know. I have one that you're going to find pretty humorous.
Okay.
And my wife has told me that I have to tell this story in a certain way, only I'm probably not going to do what she wants me to do.
Okay.
Because I think it's kind of funnier the other way. All right, if you ever go to Telluride, and first of all, when you're in Denver, it's like an hour and a half, 2 hours up to Vail. That's kind of the first big ski. There's a couple one before Vail.
Aspen, all that
Aspen's,
stuff.
I thought Aspen was the furthest. Aspen's not the furthest.
Huh.
Telluride is the furthest. So you get over there. They have this beautiful gondola ride.
Okay.
And it's free. They've put it in there so people can get from, not only up to the top of the ski runs, but then it continues and it goes to another little town over here and another little city. Anyway, a lot of people get around on this gondola.
Wow.
And it's absolutely free. And it's an absolutely beautiful ride. I mean, I can't, I don't know what else to tell you.
I'm a little bit nervous about this gondola, though.
No, it's smooth.
Okay.
It is smooth.
Not a big gondola guy.
Yeah, well, you may be less of one after this story is over.
Oh, no.
But it's smooth and it's absolutely beautiful. I mean, you're going up the mountain, the views you get, insane. So we get on the gondola. I'm going to say we went on it 3 or 4 times because we started using it to go places. When we weren't walking, we were on the gondola. And our last ride was maybe, what's today? Monday. So Saturday night before we left, Friday night. And we get back down the gondola at about 7 p.m. back in Telluride. And all we're going to do is walk back to where we're staying. And you need to picture the gondola station house.
I can imagine.
Okay, the gondola pulls in.
Yeah.
It goes very slow.
Yeah, it slows down for everybody.
Really slow.
Yeah.
Then the door opens. You step out.
Yeah.
You help Lori out. The gondola then creeps up and it turns and then it comes back and goes the other way to go back up the mountain, right?
Mm-hmm.
As we're getting off, over to my left, there's a couple getting in the gondola,
okay,
going up the mountain. So it's the opposite for them. They're standing there. The gondola comes up. The door opens. You step on. Well, there was a commotion.
Uh-oh.
There was a commotion.
Someone fell?
There was a commotion, and Lori goes, hey, there's a commotion.
She said commotion?
I don't think she said that, but we go kind of not hustling, but walking over there quickly. There's a lady who has fallen as she's trying to get into the gondola. She's now got one leg in the gondola.
Oh, no!
The other leg and body trapped underneath the gondola.
Oh.
All right. So
how did she fall?
That's where the laughter comes in.
How old was this woman?
Well, see, this is where Lori doesn't want me to tell the full story. She's probably in her late 50s.
Oh, I was expecting you to say like 90.
No, she's probably in her late 50s. How do I say this best?
Oh, she's heavyset?
She's in the shape of somebody who's in their 70s. And yeah, she's a...
Okay. All right.
I'm not trying to pick on people that are heavy set
story
out there. I'm just trying to give you the picture. Okay. Lori didn't
I
want me
have
to
a
say
picture now.
Lori didn't want me to say what I was going to say about her weight. But the bottom line is the fact that she's not in good condition probably contributed to this fall. But that's neither here nor there. You've got to rescue the poor lady. She's trapped under the gondola. Of course, as soon as she falls and there's the commotion, the guy running the station stops the gondola.
Okay, I was going to ask.
Which means everybody on the mountain and 4 miles away has to stop. Everybody has to stop while we try to extricate the lady from the gondola.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Underneath the gondola.
Okay, this is a much better story than I thought this was going to be.
Okay.
Under the gondola, is it open air or is it like tracks and like?
No, under the gondola is just ground.
Okay,
the gondola is hanging. No,
that's
the gondola is hanging from the top.
Yeah.
She's got one leg on the gondola. The rest of her body is underneath the gondola. And when I arrive to see what's going on, I'm kind of the first or second person there.
You're a first responder?
Pretty much. The guy running the gondola place is busy stopping
traffic.
The ride.
Yeah.
No, he's stopping the ride.
Oh, okay. All right.
So we're kind of first there. Lori's behind me. The lady's on her back. She's looking straight up in the air. And the only description I have is one of utter panic and utter terror combined with total helplessness.
Oh, I thought you were going to say embarrassment.
No, total helplessness. She's not only trapped, but she's not even remotely doing anything to help herself. She's kind of in a panic, and you think something terrible is going to happen, or she does.
Okay.
I go over there. First thing, breathe.
That's what you said?
I told the lady to breathe.
That's good.
I said, you're going to be okay.
That's good.
Just breathe.
That's good.
Try to relax.
That was the perfect thing you could have said.
As I'm stupidly pulling this 250-pound gondola, trying to pull it off of her. Yeah. Okay. Well, you're getting
the gondola is way heavier than 250 pounds.
Yeah, right. 1,000-pound gondola.
So you're trying to like move the gondola.
Move it a little.
Is her leg like? How is she attached to this gondola?
Well, I told you her one leg's actually on the gondola in the doorway.
Okay.
Then the rest of her body's underneath. What is stuck with her in the gondola is her belly, not her leg.
Oh no.
That's right. Okay.
No.
So I'm pulling. By the time finally a couple more people pull and we are able to get enough airway to get her to scramble out of there. And then she immediately stepped on the gondola to go take her ride up the mountain. And off she went.
This is
I felt like I saved her life. I really do. I honestly feel like I almost saved her life.
I kind of will credit you with this.
You know, she was, I think if I didn't tell her to breathe, I think she would have gone into some sort of shock or whatever you do.
No,
she was going
right.
into
you're
a
right.
panic, Skraby.
You're
she was going into
right.
an absolute panic. And, you know, I had to, calming her down, I think was the number one thing. She wasn't in any real danger, but She wasn't feeling great because she was trapped under the gondola. Anyway, I'm not going to tell anybody what to do out there. Try to take good care of yourself. These are the kind of situations you really want to avoid. And I have to say that the fact she was not in good shape, I'm pretty sure contributed to this situation.
I don't doubt you.
That's all I can say.
I don't doubt you.
So,
and to anybody who's mad at me for laughing, I would have laughed if this was a skinny person.
No,
too.
we're laughing no matter who it was, right?
But the fact
look
that you said her belly was...
Yes, her belly, yeah. I'm telling you, Skrabe, it was a factor. And there was, there's a couple of people pulling on an arm trying to drag her out.
I'm crying.
I know. There's people on the other side with her arm. They're trying to drag her. I'm like lifting the gondola so she can get a little room to get out of there.
You're like, hey, I'm going to take the gondola. It's lighter.
All right. I didn't say that. You did. But it was quite the scene.
I am happy that she's okay, obviously.
She's fine. If she got right on the gondola.
If this was a worse story, I would not be laughing. But she's fine. You did probably help her a lot more than you think you did.
I think so. Because she was able to calm down just a tad. And I think that contributed to her being able to get pulled out of there.
You know what everybody is on the chat saying right now, Chris?
No.
Before you left, did you say, go to sdfatloss.com?
You people are mean. You guys are the meanest people out there. You're way meaner than I am.
I am not laughing at her weight. I am laughing at the situation, and it's fun to laugh these days.
It's fun to be able to laugh because everything turned out okay.
That is one of the best stories ever.
Anyway, I'm a hero. I'm not expecting any.
Did the city of Telluride say you need to come back for the key to the city?
No kidding, man. There's a couple of more Telluride stories I can tell, but we're at the bottom of the hour. All right, lady was fine.
That was well worth it.
Padres are fine. They're 52-44. Last year, 50-49. So quite a bit better off this year. This year, one of the 6 playoff teams of the playoffs started today. Last year, they were actually not one of the 6 playoff teams at the All-Star break.
Okay.
So a little better position. We'll discuss where they are. Also, some first half Padre awards. Skraby and I are going to hand them out when Gwynn and Chris continues.
Ben and Woods on the Fan.
Talking to Joey Votto here.
On the same.
2:36 is the time. The hero of Telluride, Chris Ello. Matt Skraby, Tony Gwynn Jr.'s idol. It's All-Star Week. And the All-Stars, most of them get the week off, especially if you're a pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies.
Ooh.
They were not happy
Ooh.
about the selection of the youngster from Milwaukee, Mizorowski.
Oh, you mean the guy who started 5 games in his career and couldn't even make it through the first one because he had cramps?
Fell down on the mound. He's pitched 25 innings. You know what? We can talk a little bit more about it later, but I agree with the Philly players.
Of course.
I like what they're trying to do. They're trying to promote young guys who are hot and get a lot of clicks, but that's overdoing it.
But then do an up-and-coming selection.
Well, they have a futures game or whatever. Let them pitch in that one.
But get the guys who are rookies at the major league level that are worthy of it. One up-and-coming selection for each side. Don't name Mizorowski an all-star after 5 starts when some of these guys have contract provisions that say you get raises if you're an all-star.
Well, yes, and that's another thing. Juan Soto
said he left money on the table, Chris, which was maybe one of the most out of touch comments
it
ever.
Was. You know that I'm not a Michael Kay fan, the voice of the Yankees.
Yes,
I don't care for his shtick, but he was 100% on this one, which was, come on, Juan, it's a bad look.
It's a terrible look.
Terrible look. $100,000 for a guy making more money than anyone in the history of the sport.
That's life-changing money for me.
Right.
And for him, it's like, whatever. And I understand.
No, apparently for him, it's not whatever.
Oh, yeah,
he
mad.
was really
Sorry.
upset that he didn't get the money.
But he said it kind of tongue in cheek too. It was not a.
If you're a Juan Soto fan, you can think that.
Yeah.
All right, Padres finished the first half. Let's break it down a little, Scrape. 52-44. They're only plus 7 or plus 8? I saw both. So I want to make sure.
Run differential?
Yeah.
I know they were coming close to being even before the break.
Yes, they were. They ended up at, plus 7. That's it. Last year, strangely, though they were 50-49, they were much better in the run differential last year at the break. I think it was 23 or 30, something like that. So, if that's something that concerns you, maybe you're concerned. They've done their damage against the losing teams. I mean, we've been talking about that all year. And this is pretty stark when you compare the Padres record against winning teams and against losing teams. What do you want first? Losing teams or winning teams?
I already know the losing teams, so let's go winning teams.
Winning teams, the Padres are just 18-31. And that includes the victory over the Phillies this weekend, which
Two of them.
That helped. That helped a lot.
Oh, Fernando's on TV, Chris.
Well, he is in the All-Star game.
Yes.
So if you want to stop listening to the show and call Fernando up on TV, thanks for pointing that out to everybody.
Yeah, I don't know. That was a little bit of Tourette's right there.
Not good. 18-31 against winning teams. That's not good, but it's okay as long as you're 34-13 against losing teams. They have punished the losing teams. And frankly, they have more series left against losing teams than they do against winning teams. So just keep on beating up on the teams you're supposed to beat up on. I think they can get where they want to go. Now, they're only a half game ahead of the Giants for the last playoff spot. Last year, they were actually percentage points behind Arizona for the last playoff spot at the break. Of course, the Padres had such an incredible second half, though.
They did, yeah.
They went 43-20 after the All-Star break last year. If they do 43-20 this year, that'd get them to 95 win. Now, they don't have that many games left. It's got to rejigger it a little bit. But they can get over 90 wins if they play as well as they did last year in the second half. And, I think without a trade for another bat, I think without a healthy Michael King, at least for more than a month at the end,
which we do have updates on, by the way.
It's going to be tough to get over the 90, but I think they're going to need to make 90. And here's why. The Padres have the last playoff spot. The Giants are a half game back. Then you have the Cardinals, who are a game and a half back. And then you have the Reds, who are 2.5 back. You have 3 teams that if you falter are going to be waiting to pass you. And that's why I don't think you can falter. You can't sit there and hope that all 3 of those teams have a lousy second half.
True.
You got to figure that at least one of them are going to do something. And if you look at the run differential for those 3 teams, the Reds are plus 31. The Cardinals and Giants are both plus 17, which pales, or, is far better than the Padres plus 7. So, some things to consider as we move forward. Padres have had a good record in the one-run games. They're 21-14. Now, the Giants are the only other team in the league that have more. They have 22 one-run games. The Pirates, believe it or not, have played more one-run games than anybody. They've played 40 of them. Then the Giants with 39 and the Padres with 35.
Now,
and that's through all of baseball. So the Padres have played the 3rd most one-run games of any team. And their bullpen, look, they're the first team in the history of the sport to get 3 relievers in one All-Star game. It's
pretty awesome.
Never happened before. So
it's pretty awesome.
Got to lean on those guys.
Now, let me ask you this.
You have leaned on those guys. How much more can they give you down the stretch? That's going to be a big deal.
The one-run game thing, because Mike Schultz said the other day, it is legal to win 8-2 or 7-2 or something like that.
Would be nice.
But do you think that these types of games throughout the regular season prepare a team better for close games, or does it just all even out in the playoffs?
I think you play enough one-run games that everybody kind of is ready.
They're not as nervous.
The fact
maybe
that you've played 35 and another team's played 30 or 25, to me doesn't. If you play 35 and the other team's played 1,
that's a big difference.
That would be a thing.
Yeah.
But I think everybody's going to play a bunch of them. And you talked about 8-2. Padres in blowouts this year, games decided by 5 or more runs. They've won. How many do you think? Out of their 52 wins, how many of them have been, quote, laughers?
5?
Yeah, 10. They got 10 5-run wins.
10 is a lot more than I thought.
A lot more than you thought, because it seems like every game comes down right to the end, doesn't it?
It does.
All right. So one last thing, and I didn't see, was Jason Adam not available yesterday?
He was not available.
Okay, thank you.
He
I feel better then.
And I think he pitched a ton on Friday night, and he
didn't pitch Saturday.
Oh, no, he pitched a ton on Thursday, and then he pitched a ton on Friday.
Right, he didn't pitch Saturday. I just would have brought him in if all things were equal yesterday. But, look, David Morgan also got hosed by the home plate umpire against Real Muto. He had 2 strikes, but both called balls.
Yep.
That makes a 3-1 count. That's a lot different than a 2-2 or a 1-2. And Real Muto was able to come up with that big hit. So I'm not going to lay it on David Morgan. My point being, you've got these all-stars. I didn't want to save them, but if Jason Adam wasn't available, you did what you had to do. Because I know Estrada wasn't available. He pitched the night before and got the save.
You know what they're calling them now?
So you just have to, negotiate that kind of thing.
They're calling them the 4 horsemen.
The 4 horsemen of the apocalypse.
Yeah, I love it. Love it.
All right, so good for those guys, all 3 of them. Morejon, Adam, and Suarez. All right, now, you also got Tatis and you got Manny. You got 5 all-stars. But are those the best players on the Padres in the first half? Let's take a look at that. Both Skraby and I now and separately have not compared notes on this. We're going to give you our top 3 MVPs for the Padres in the first half of the season. We're going to start at who you have finishing 3rd, and then who you have finishing 2nd, and then who would get your trophy for the first half MVP. I'll let you start, Scrabe, because it's easier to start. You don't have to repeat. You don't have to repeat a pick. Who would be your 3rd guy in the balloting for first half MVP?
There's so many.
There are so many. Okay,
I'm gonna go.
You have to narrow
if
it
I
down.
Can't
then.
say the 4 horsemen, I'm gonna go.
Well, you can say the 4 horsemen. I didn't say you couldn't. You can say any of these. Oh, you can't say them all. You'd have to pick one guy.
I'm going to go Jason Adam.
Jason Adam, number 3.
Yeah.
All right.
And just because he was so good in the 8th inning, and I know he's been great all season long, But if you don't have Jason Adam in that 8th inning, you lose a lot of games, I think.
Jason Adam has been great, but I don't think Jason Adam the last month has been Jason Adam.
No.
His whip is all the way up to 1.26. This guy's whip is a under 1 most of the time. Now he's 1.26. That's all happened in the last month. So I'm not going to say I have concerns, but it's something to keep an eye on. Can Jason Adam get back to the guy that was almost guaranteed to give you a 1-2-3 inning, let alone a scoreless inning?
I think he can. I think he's just been used, Chris. I was going over this on Friday.
Know,
he's been used like in 47 games this year.
So has Motorhome.
Like,
Estrada,
it's incredible.
46. All 3 of those guys. All right, Jason Adams a key. He's your 3rd guy on the MVP balloting. My number 3 guy on the MVP balloting is Gavin Sheets. I don't know where the Padres would be without this guy. The offense has been almost invisible much of the first half of the season, except for Gavin Sheets. He's pulled through for you. He's got a 775 OPS. The only 2 guys that are better are Machado and Tatis, the All-Stars. He's got 50 RBIs and the 14 homers. Gavin Sheets has been great. And I'll even add to that, Skraby, the last month or so where he's been playing. Now, he wasn't available yesterday. That's why Camposano was in the game.
Yeah, he went on the paternity list.
He's on the paternity list. But Gavin Sheets, the last month, has started to even get a bunch of hits against lefties.
Oh, yeah. He's like 100 and something points above his career average against lefties.
He's now hitting 280 against left-handed pitching.
Yeah.
He was at like 130 for a while.
He is a guy now where I can expect him to. Like there's certain guys that come up and you're like, I don't have any idea what's going to happen here, but I kind of expect
Feel
him
pretty
to,
good with
to
him coming
get
up
a
now,
hit,
don't you?
Yeah.
50 RBIs. I mean, he's on a pace for about 90 RBI season. Who wouldn't have signed up for that?
That's
at the beginning.
And to think that not the only reason, but one of the main reasons that he was being considered for the big league roster was because of that 4 straight home run stretch that he had in spring training.
If he didn't do that, they might have got rid of him.
Seriously, that's crazy.
Gavin Sheets is my number 3 on the MVP.
All right.
Who's your number 2?
I didn't pick Gavin Sheets because I knew that one of us was going to, but Gavin Sheets obviously is huge.
He'd be a best of the rest for you.
Yes, but I mean, yeah.
All right, you put
my
Jason
number 2.
Adams. Jason Adams not a bad pick.
I have to go with Nick Pivetta. Because if Pavetta's not on this team and Michael King and Yu Darvish were down for as long as they were, like this team is not winning that many games. Because I know Nick Pivetta only controls the outcome of a game every 5 days, but you know that you're going to get a tough start when he goes out there, and you know that he's going to pitch well.
Nick Pivetta pitched great again yesterday. He was the victim of a couple of defensive hiccups in that first inning. I know Manny took it upon himself and said, I blew the game. I doubt it. Look, here's the thing with Manny. He makes that play. The ball short hops a rise. He gets an error. I think 90% of third basemen don't even get to it and make the throw.
Yeah.
So, yes, he got an error because, in my mind, he got an error because he's so good. Most third basemen would have just eaten that and just said, forget it, I have no chance, or they wouldn't have got to it in the first place. So, Manny's amazing.
Manny was also not the only one to make a huge mistake. Nick Pivetta dropped He
did, but that was, again, and Tony did a good job describing this on the telecast. It's hard to catch the ball and find the first base bag at the same time.
Yeah, that's true.
Just tough.
That is true.
And the throw is a little high. In fact, they did give the error to a rise, which I don't know if I agreed with that, but that's what they did. Number 2 for me is going to be Manny Machado. Same reasons as Gavin Sheets, only more so. 292. That's way above where he's been in his career. And he's going to end up, even though we thought, remember how much consternation there was about Manny when he had 3 home runs?
Yes.
And he had 3 for a long time.
Yes.
He's going to end up with 30 and 100 again.
This is what he does.
Just is.
This is what he does.
And I complain about it. You complain about it when he gets off to a slow start. Everybody complains about it. Everybody except for Tony Gwynn Jr., that is.
Because he
comes
he's
through
able
every
to
single
be
time.
calm throughout an entire season. When Luis Ariz had more home runs than Manny Machado through like 30-something games.
National League leading hitter right now, going into the All-Star break, is Freddie Freeman. 297.
That's it?
There isn't a single qualified 300 hitter in the National League.
Wow.
Manny Machado is only 5 points behind that.
Wow.
You thinking of Manny for the batting title?
That's crazy.
I mean, we would have thought the Padres would win the batting title this year, but we didn't think it would be Manny.
No.
All right,
Not
number
at all.
one for you, I assume, is Manny.
It's got to be Manny because Fernando started strong. Manny kind of started a tiny bit slow, but then once Fernando started fading, Manny really picked it up and carried the team. He carried this team throughout a good month or so.
Without him, I don't know that they win any games. You know, I mean, with the hitting the way it was, I'm going to give Pivetta the MVP trophy,
Good.
though.
I'm glad you did.
109 innings. I mean, that's in and itself incredible. But the reason I'm giving him the MVP, 9-2, 288, his whip is 1.02.
Yeah.
The only guy who's better than that is Morejon.
Mm.
Pivetta has the same whip as Michael King. Did anyone expect Nick Pivetta to be as good as Michael King? And you said it. Without King, without Darvish, without a reliable fifth spot, you would be nowhere without the incredible first half of Nick Pivetta.
Yeah.
So as much as Manny to me has done this so many times, so I give him, I don't say expect it, but I'm kind of comfortable with it.
Yeah.
Nick Pivetta's out of nowhere. So I'm going to give him the MVP. And here's the funny thing to me. The guys who finished first and third, in my vote, are two guys that A.J. Preller found off the proverbial scrap heap.
He did.
Nobody wanted either of these two guys.
Yeah.
So I know the trade deadline's all coming up. I know everyone's counting on A.J. Preller to save the season with a big trade, get the right player. And again, if he gets the right player, the player who comes here is still going to have to perform.
Yep.
And have a great second half. We've seen this before where a big name is acquired. How about Rafael Devers, who so far hasn't done diddly for the Giants?
Oh, yeah,
or not
you missed
much.
all that drama last week.
Well, I didn't miss it all. I was reading about it. So look, whoever you get's going to have to do it. But the Padres would be out of the running now if it wasn't for A.J. Preller signing Pivetta and Sheets. So I want you to just take it all with a grain of salt here the next month. For all of you that hate AJ, I can't change your mind. You're always going to be, question him and be critical of him. I can't, change it. But I can at least ask you to consider the fact that this particular season, I think, would be over if A.J. Preller didn't sign those two players. And you have to take that into account.
You do. Adam Wainwright is the Fox guy, or he has been. I really like Adam Wainwright, actually, on the broadcast, although he did jinx the Padres a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
But he was saying that Pivetta just halfway through last year, something clicked for him, and he had nothing but good things to say about Pivetta and how good of a pitcher he is, how prepared he is, and we're seeing it right now.
He's a gamer, man, and that curveball drops out of the sky.
It does.
Doesn't it?
It does, and it's really fun to see it because hitters get so annoyed.
Well, you give up on it. You don't think it can get there. All right, that's an hour. Gwynn and Chris. Daily Gambit. Who's going to win the home run derby? Skraby and I will give you our picks next.
San Diego isn't just a baseball town.
And we're back at it here. Hour number 2. Gwynn and Chris. Chrisello. Tony Good Jr. He's got the All-Star break off. I don't know what he needs. What does he need? Rest? Does the guy do stuff during the season? what is this, Skraby?
I woke up this morning just seriously angry with Tony. I was like, man.
No, you're not.
No,
neither of us are angry. We're laughing.
No, we're laughing.
The guy works harder than anybody. He's on the air between game time and show time, probably more than anybody in Southern California.
Yeah.
So
we're going to talk about the Manny interview.
We have
Friday.
to remind him, and he has to remind himself that he's got to see his kids.
Yes, he does. That would be nice.
Poor guy's gone all the time.
And then when he does take time off to see his kids, he ends up in Norco watching a soccer tournament.
That's what he does.
Day.
Yeah. Everybody thinks that when Tony's off for a day or something, he's just home,
No,
relaxing.
He's definitely not.
he might be better off working sometimes rather than having to drive to Norco for the old soccer tournament.
Like, the dude has to get up at 5 something in the morning on his day off to drive up to Norco.
And I've now made that drive, so I know what he's doing. All right, Tony will be off, but we got you covered. Skraby said, while I was gone, you guys tracked down Manny Machado, and I have to find out about that interview and how that all went.
I kind of felt bad for you.
Why?
Because the last 2 years you've taken a vacation during.
Oh, did I miss him last year? Also,
I was also in on the interview last year, but this year it just happened that he hit the 2000th hit the Monday you were gone.
I wanted to know this, and I don't know if you guys asked it in this way.
Okay,
but I was going to ask, if I'd have been there, I would have asked him, what does he take more pride in? 2,000 career hits or 300 career home runs? He's got them both, right?
Yes, or 3.
Yeah, 350 now, right? So there's not many guys. I think there was 7 or 8 in the history of the game that have done both of those things.
I'm going to guess what Manny would say. And there's 2 answers that immediately come to mind.
Okay.
First is they're both cool.
Of course.
Second is I haven't had time to really think about it yet. Because that's what he told us. He said he doesn't really want to.
He doesn't think about those things.
Because I asked him, you're going to be a Hall of Famer. Like, do you ever sit back and think I'm one of the greatest baseball players in the game of all time? And he said, no, I live in the moment. I want to do that later on. So once he's done playing, he's going to do the reminiscing. So I would believe that he would say he hasn't even thought about it yet.
All right.
But then I would also say that he's fibbing.
I would think that the answer should be the 2,000 hits. And the reason, because I think it speaks to his remarkable longevity and ability to post.
That's very important to him.
There was a comparison yesterday during the telecast between Manny Machado's career stats and Bryce Harper.
Oh, yeah? Yes.
Bryce Harper was the first pick. Manny was the third pick. Same draft. Bryce Harper by Washington, Manny Machado by Baltimore. They both became free agents at the same time. Manny, after a quick stop with the Dodgers, ended up here. Bryce Harper went straight from the Nats to the Phillies. They both have had similar paths, right? Harper's won what? 1 or 2 MVPs? That's the one. I think 1. That's the nod that Harper has. Manny hasn't won an MVP. But Manny's numbers were better in almost every category than Bryce Harper's.
Bryce Harper's like 200 and something hits away from 2,000. Not even close.
Manny's got him in the home runs too. Manny has more home runs than Bryce Harper.
You're right.
I was a little surprised by that. Now, the one
Bryce is a 2-time MVP.
2-time MVP, right? So he's, that's where he's got the edge on. If you ask who's had a better career, most people without looking will say, well, it's easily Bryce Harper. He's a 2-time MVP, won the World Series, the whole thing. But Manny's got better statistics, I must tell you. And don't even start with who's a better defensive player. I mean, Manny's one of the greats.
Yeah, Bryce Harper's been moved around so many different times.
And if you don't think that Manny's one of the greats, how about that catch yesterday? Are you kidding me?
Play of the week.
He ran over from shortstop.
Yeah, he did.
That was unbelievable.
I was at the game and there was a small there was a small period of time where we're like, oh no, because from where I was sitting, he slid into the wall and you couldn't see him get up.
He took it took him a moment to realize that he actually caught that ball.
That was incredible.
So anyway, and the main statistic where Manny had Bryce Harper though, and you throw all the other stuff in there. Manny's played like 200 more games.
Yeah,
because he plays.
Yeah, he does.
That's why I said the 2,000 hits would be the one, but. The
more I think about it, I think you're right. I think you're right because it is the posting thing is what
he loves.
Makes
the post.
It. Yeah,
he invented the word post, as far as I'm concerned. I don't ever remember. Do you ever remember Willie Mays going, "Hey, I want to post tonight"? No,
I don't.
I don't think Willie said that. All right, let's go to some Daily Gambit. We got the Home Run Derby tonight. There are no Padres in it, but there are a couple of former Padres represented. Let's see what we think.
Do you like money?
I think about money a lot.
Do you like money without doing anything?
Winning.
Do you want to make money while watching sports?
I think Washington is immortal luck.
Washington! Woohoo! If you answered yes, this is your segment. Just don't blame us when you lose.
Nothing is ever your fault.
It's your game. Take it.
Gwynn and Chris go through the top bets of the day in the Daily Gambit on 97.3 The Fan.
Daily Gambit is our daily sports betting segment here on Gwynn and Chris. Please, everybody, gamble responsibly. Before we go any further, Chris, I did not hear you say this, but Bryce Harper, apparently, you did say he won a World Series. He did not. He left the Nationals, but... Man,
I gave you one, Bryce. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's a tricky one.
It is a tricky one.
Thank you for whoever corrected
two people,
that.
Hunter and Ruben, were
yes,
like,
they were on it.
We
quickly.
need to get it right.
Yeah,
no,
Chris,
kidding,
you don't know
guys.
anything.
I'm just
yeah,
kidding,
that's
guys.
right. Yeah, he wasn't with the Nats that year. That's right.
He left and they immediately won a World Series.
You just assume he was there.
You do.
Because how would they have won without him? But they did. Yeah, you're right. Okay. But he does have the 2 MVPs.
Definitely.
So people say, in general, I think people say Bryce Harper's better.
I also think,
but I don't think he is.
I also think Bryce Harper, like, Manny has this quote unquote dirty player, lazy player stigma, which I don't see at all, but people believe it. Bryce Harper seems to be one of the guys who's beloved by everyone.
I wouldn't say that, but
okay.
Bryce Harper's had his moments, but he never stepped on a guy's foot trying to touch first base in a playoff game. And that is the only thing that I recall Manny ever doing that created any controversy.
Yeah, the only thing.
But people seem to run with that. And
all the time.
They say he's a dirty player.
Especially the Dodgers fans that come in our chat and try to talk trash to us on YouTube.
He did throw a ball at Dave Roberts.
Oh, the sinister sling. Oh, man. He's going to be kept out of the Hall of Fame for that one, Chris.
All right, we'll talk about that more. Let's pick.
Okay, so
home run derby tonight. What do you got?
Here we're gonna make a bet on the player to hit the longest home run in the derby. So let's and then we're gonna do the winner. So let's start with the winner.
Winner first?
Yeah, so Cal Raleigh is leading the way with plus 300 odds. Jazz Chisholm Jr. is at the back end with plus 1300.
He's the longest shot on the board.
Now, and then it goes in order from best odds. O'Neill Cruz, James Wood, Matt Olson, Byron Buxton, Brent Rooker, Junior Caminero, and then Jazz Chisholm Jr.
Okay.
Who do you think is going to win it, Chris?
I'm going to take Matt Olson.
Oh, okay.
I just think the home park, the one thing about the home run derby to me is that we don't think about is it's exhausting for these guys to go up there and swing a million times in a short amount of, short stretch.
Yeah.
I think they get tired, and I think the home crowd will help Matt Olson.
All right. You get plus 800
boost
for that.
I'll take Matt Olson.
I'm going to anger everyone.
Who are you going to take?
And I'm going to go with James Wood.
James Wood. Okay.
Plus 400.
James Wood.
He's got that young guy strength.
He's the third choice.
Yes. All right. The longest home run is interesting, and I'll go first on this one.
Okay. The favorite there is who?
O'Neill Cruz.
Oh,
and
O'Neill Cruz.
I am not going to take him, though.
Okay.
I'm taking – here's the order according to the odds. O'Neill Cruz, James Wood, Byron Buxton, Cal Raleigh, Matt Olson, Brent Rooker, Junior Caminero, Jazz Chisholm Jr. I'm taking Byron Buxton plus 450 because that guy hits long home runs.
Buxton. All right.
What about you?
I'll take James Wood there.
Okay.
I think he's the natural. Padres, like I said, have a couple of ex-players represented here.
Yes.
The other is Brent Rooker,
Yes.
if you're wondering.
Correct.
All right, so there's our
that's it
picks for
home
the
run
Derby. We'll see how that goes. Lakers -2 over the Clippers tonight. I know you've scouted this out. NBA Summer League action.
I'm sorry.
There's nothing else I can, call. I mean, what else is happening? I don't know.
Nothing really. This is the slow time for sports.
I know. I'll take the Lakers since Tony's not here. They need some representation.
I have 0.
Who would know?
I'm going to take the Lakers.
Good. Indiana, actually 3.5 over the Bulls. I'll take the Bulls. In Summer League, the Bulls, never disappoint. Yeah.
I'm going to go Pacers.
You got them. All right, let's go to some WNBA. At least this is some real games.
Okay.
Minnesota Lynx, top team in the league. Last I checked, I got to be honest, I haven't checked the WNBA standings recently.
I haven't either.
They did not publish them in the Denver Post.
Yes,
the Lynx are 18-4. Wow. They're 11-0 at home. A much more pedestrian 7-4 on the road. Tonight they play at Chicago. Minnesota's favored by 11 on the road. Sky is 7-13. But they play it a lot more on the road. Who do you like here? You get 11 points if you take the Sky.
I'll take the Sky.
I will take the Sky as well. At home, I think they get fired up. Golden State Valkyries. The expansion Valkyries are 10-10. They're -2 over Phoenix. Now, Phoenix is in second place at 14-6. But the Valkyries are very good, 7-3 at home. I'll still take Phoenix on the road.
What was the spread?
2 points, Golden State favored.
I'll go with the Valkyries.
You got them. Angel Reese, the polarizing Angel Reese. I'm starting to get tired of her being polarizing. Can we just appreciate the fact that she busts her tail down there and posts? Talk about posting. She posts every night. She gets a double-double every game. Maybe some of it is, what do they call that now when she misses her own shot? It's not a me-bound. A me-bound. Instead of a rebound. But that's kind of mean.
I like that.
She's been doing it, man. She's been on a roll. 14.5 points tonight against Minnesota. What do you think there?
You said how many points?
14.5.
Oh, I thought you said 4.
No, 14.5. She's been getting double-doubles almost every game.
I'm going under.
You're going to go under, though.
Yep.
I'm going to say under just because they're playing a really good team, Minnesota. 12.5 rebounds for Angel Reese. That I'm going to go over.
Me too.
She's always gets her rebounds. Nafisha Collier, one of the top scorers in the entire league for Minnesota. In fact, she is the top scorer in the league, 23.6 per game. Her over-under is 21.5 tonight on the road.
21.5.
What do you think? Nafisha Collier, Minnesota.
Over.
Over, he says. I'll say under just to make it fun. All right, when we come back, Skraby and Tony interviewed Manny Machado without me.
Machado.
How did that happen? And what happened? Discuss it when Gwynn and Chris resumes after traffic. Marcelo Matt Skraby sitting in here this afternoon. Tony Gwynn Jr. taking a well-deserved all-star break. As are the Padres. They're back in action Friday in Washington, D.C. Matter of fact, we talked about the Padres' record against teams with losing records.
Yes.
Incredibly good. 34-13. They have annihilated losing teams. And they open up with back-to-back losing teams in the second half, right? Nationals and Marlins. Marlins have played a little better of
They
late.
have. Stowers hit 3 home runs yesterday.
Yes, he did. Stowers is one of the guys that Padre fans think we should acquire. Padre fans think we should acquire a whole bunch of guys. Just a matter of who A.J. Preller will actually acquire. He's got to do something, and I think he knows it.
Well, the rumor is that they're
a lot of rumors.
fixated on Jarren Duran.
Yeah, I know.
Fixated.
Here's my problem with the rumor. The guy that is putting forth the rumor more than anybody
Who is it?
is Bob Nightingale, and he's really been hit and miss.
He has.
Bob can hit, but Bob can whiff too.
And nothing against Bob Nightingale, but when I go for my news from national reporters, it's not Bob anymore.
Love Bob. I love, one of my all-time favorite guys. I worked with him at the LA Times here in San Diego, but he's doesn't always connect on these picks. So
you throw a dart up on the board, it's going to hit.
The other thing, now I know Jared Duran. I know the Red Sox have all these young guys, and they don't have room for him. But the Red Sox have also won 10 in a row. Do they want to mess with anything right now? They're on fire.
They are.
And Jared Duran is part of that. It's not like he's sitting on the bench while this is all happening. So, we'll see. Padres go to Washington and Miami, and then they get the Cardinals. And we already talked about the Cardinals. That's a 4-game series, by the way. So it's a 10-game road trip. Padres are not home until 2 weeks from today. Skraby, what am I going to do?
I don't know.
2 weeks without going to a ball game. Mets are coming in on July 28th. So that's the next home series.
That is kind of far away.
I know. 2 weeks plus, you got anyway, yesterday they played at home. So 15 days between home games. Maybe they could trade for Jared Duran on August 8th because that's when the Padres host the Red Sox. He can just come over and.
I think that's past the trade deadline.
Oh, is that past the deadline? We're going to have to do that ahead of time then. We can't wait for that.
Maybe that's what the Red Sox do. They wait to trade their guys until they're going to play against them.
I don't know. I think Duran, is intriguing. But again, the Red Sox are hot right now. Sometimes that changes the way people think. All right. So Friday morning, I'm on my phone. Now, even though I'm gone, and this is such the way it is in these days, as you know, stay very well connected.
I actually thought you just put away your phone and you don't look at anything.
I don't. I follow everything that's happening. I like to stay in somewhat of touch. I don't answer my phone. Like if you try to get a hold of me, probably not going to pick it up when I'm on vacation.
That's why I didn't even text or call you.
No, but if there's, I follow things and I see Skraby and Tony Gwynn Jr., big interview. Don't miss it. Manny Machado coming up this afternoon. And I was like,
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Look, I'm glad we had him on the show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure he asked about me and said, hey, how come Chris isn't here?
He said, where's that guy that always asks me about Nolan Arenado?
Yeah, I love Manny. He's my guy. But anyway, no, good job. How did it go? Tell me a little bit about. You said it was, as advertised, not always easy to get Manny locked into an interview.
No, it's not. And I feel like 2,000 hits and the birth of his child has really opened Manny up. And I really am pointing to the birth of his child that has opened Manny up a little bit. But I definitely thought about you when I found out that he was going to be on the show. I was like, this stinks because Chris wants to interview him. I know that. But anyway, it is what it is. So I think that Manny is in a completely different mindset now. And he is more open because he just does not care what people think about him. And now that he's getting all these accolades and now that he's putting himself in the history books, he is more and more showing to me that he is coming out of whatever shell he was in for years and years. And he was very open in the interview. He was very honest in the interview. He had some funny answers, and he was locked into the interview, which was very nice. Very nice.
Manny is, we talked about Bryce Harper's got an MVP or two. Manny didn't have any.
No.
And nobody's talking about Manny for MVP right now, this year. I mean, is it that outlandish?
No.
If he continues, the pace he started picking up in June, July, and on into the second half, I would say this. The Padres are 5.5 games behind the Dodgers. If Manny led them to the division title, I think that would open more eyes. I know it's going to be hard to beat Ohtani. Somehow it's like we have to give him the award, just like we have to give Paul Skeens the start in the All-Star game. We have to give Paul Skeens the Cy Young. We don't.
I'm actually not mad at Paul Skeens this year.
We don't, but we don't have to. Paul Skeens has 4 wins. I know that's not the end all, but it's still only 4 wins.
Yeah.
Hard for me to consider the Cy Young Award winner a guy with 4 wins, but I know we have to give him the award. So we got to give Ohtani the MVP. But Manny is 11 points above his career on base. He's 12 points above his career batting average. He's 2 points ahead of his career slugging. He's 14 points ahead of his career OPS. He's 8 points ahead in his OPS plus, which you could explain to me. I don't know what the hell that is.
Basically, 100 is average. Anything from 100 to 200 or anything above 100 is better than average. Anything below
so
is
his
below
career
average.
is 125. This year he's 133.
So he's an above average player.
He's way above average. His WAR is 3.1. I'd have to look exactly to see right now where that puts him in that category in Major League Baseball, but I think it's up near the leaders in the National League. The thing is, and the other thing, Manny plays amazing defense, and I don't care how many errors he has. I think yesterday was a perfect example of what I'm talking about anyway when it comes to Manny and errors. The error he got in that game yesterday, in my mind, had an awful lot to do with the fact that he made and got to a play that a lot of guys wouldn't even have got to in the first place and got a throw off.
Yeah.
So many players wouldn't even have got that much out of it. Now, I said the WAR 3.1. Unfortunately, that's what something people look too much at, but PCA's 5.4. James Wood's a 4.4. Fernando's well ahead of Manny.
Yeah.
4.3.
Which is surprising.
It's not surprising. It tells me what a dumb statistic this is. And I know that, I can fight with people forever. But you watched all the Padre games this year out there, right? You've watched every game. Just simply, who's better this year, Manny or Fernando? Is anybody in their like mind going to tell you Fernando's been better?
No.
But his WAR is quite a bit better. So that's why I think WAR is, stupid and overrated.
I would think that Manny's errors hurt his WAR a lot.
Sorry?
Manny's errors hurt his WAR.
But if you want to, like I just said, if you want to take away from his errors, then you got to add to the WAR the catch he made yesterday. Who else retires and out on that play? Nobody?
Yeah.
How many times does he do that?
A lot.
A lot. Anyway, I don't think Manny's out of the running for MVP. I know PCA's there right now. I know Ohtani's there. I don't know. Who else is guaranteed there in the National League ahead of Manny? There's other names that are, are you going to really give James Wood the MVP on a last place team? I don't think so.
But
Pete Alonso's been up. He's been down. He's down lately. Eugenio Suarez, I think he may get traded to the Yankees. Most people seem to think that's going to happen. I don't know who's, guaranteed better than Manny.
We're going to talk about this later, but I feel like Major League Baseball has taken a turn in who they give awards to now. It's all about name recognition, marketing, branding, everything. So that's why PCA is being talked about, because he's a good story, and Manny's just been doing the same thing he's been doing his entire career, so it doesn't stand out to people.
Shohei Ohtani is going to be hard to beat. even
Yes.
though PCA has been so annoyingly good. He really has. I mean, other than
It's crazy.
other than the stupid play made in St. Louis where he forgot to throw the ball in and the guy scored from second on a tag up. But yeah, what's he got? 25 homers, 27 steals.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Sickening. Hey, here's what I don't like. It's a personal. Every time Kyle Tucker's one of my better fantasy guys. So every time the Cubs win 10-1, I'm like, oh, good. Kyle Tucker must have. Nope. It's always PCA. Every time.
So he's stealing Kyle Tucker's shine.
Right. He steal all the shine.
That's unfortunate.
Stop doing that, PCA.
You know, I had a chance to draft PCA late in my draft, and I was like,
think a
this
lot of
guy's
people
not
did.
going to do much of anything.
I think a lot of people had a chance to draft that guy. And
Unfortunately,
they missed
for me.
out. They missed out. He's got a 5.4 WAR. If that's the stat you love, it's the second best in baseball behind only Aaron Judge.
Still lots of games to be played.
Long way to go. When we come back, going to get back to the Padre talk. It is Padres Pen Pals,
PPP.
otherwise known as
The PPP.
next.
Coming up on
and Chris. Chrisello, Tony Gwynn Jr., vacationing during the All-Star break. Skraby and I, not vacationing during the All-Star break. Me, because I vacationed last week. Skraby, because I didn't really have anywhere to go.
Yeah. Got nothing to do.
Sad but true.
It's true. I mean, what else am I going to do?
Well, you are going to be off
2
little
weeks
later in the month here. You got a
meet
little
my nephew for the
little
first
trip.
time.
Yes, your sister had a baby recently. You haven't met the nephew yet.
I have not, but I saw him on the FaceTime earlier today, and it was kind of fun because he was smiling. But,
cute as a button.
Yeah, it's really funny because my brother-in-law, they named him after my brother-in-law's Irish family, and so they wanted to name him Jamie, but my brother-in-law couldn't handle that everywhere he went, and he would say it's Jamie, and they would be like, "Oh, such a cute girl."
Wow.
And so they changed it. Now it's still Jamie, but JT, just to make it seem like it's a boy, which I can see myself doing.
I guess when you, how many? Now that you bring this up, I hadn't really thought of it, but JT does sound like a boy's name
for whatever reason.
For whatever reason, and I think the reason is. Because how many women do you know that go by initials? Straight up. Can you think of one offhand?
My cousin's name is Casey because of her first two names.
Casey?
Yep. K.C.
Okay.
But that doesn't really prove anything.
No, I'm asking, name a celebrity.
I'm trying.
That goes by initials.
Not Jennifer Coolidge.
I don't think anybody does. If somebody can think of a female celebrity.
J.K. Rowling.
There you go. You got one. Good.
The author of Harry Potter.
You got one, but there's not many.
That's true.
Most initials are for men for whatever reason.
That is weird.
Hadn't thought of it till just a moment ago.
The things that we think of here on Gwynn Chris.
Padres 52-44, 5.5 back of the Dodgers. That's a game and a half closer than they were at the All-Star break last year. And remember, the Padres went 43-20 the rest of the way last year. And how many games did they finish behind the Dodgers, though? I'm looking it up as quickly as I can.
I actually don't remember, but I remember the Dodgers ran away with it.
The Padres finished 5 back last year. That's it.
Interesting.
So the Padres went 23 games over 500 last year in the second half or after the All-Star break. And in all of that time, they picked up 2 games on the Dodgers. That's it. Crazy. Jeez. I was ready to give up the division race a while ago.
I keep going back and forth.
But after the Dodgers lost 7 in a row, I feel like the Padres have crept back in a little bit.
They have.
I don't think it's important for the Padres to be thinking about all that. Just go out and win games, win series, and let the standings settle where they do. But I'd like to believe they still can, win this division. I don't want to, just pack it in and I don't want to, concede it.
They win the division,
Dodgers.
and we're going to get into this question in Padres Pen Pals, but if they win the division, Mike's manager of the year.
Well, we'll get into that in the 4:00 hour because we're going to do our biggest surprise teams in baseball on both sides. Surprising good and surprising bad.
Okay.
And I think that will give us a little peek into who might be the manager of the year leaders right now.
All right.
But right now, we're going to talk about your San Diego Padres in the PPP, but you must have your traffic first.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Traffic is sponsored by Limonite Termite, the orange oil experts. So that coastline is acting up this afternoon. Southbound side, accident cleared near the racetrack, but now crashed right before Del Mar Heights Road. This one involves a couple vehicles. They're over to the right shoulder. South 5 before Mile of Cars Way, there is a collision over to the right shoulder. Also traveling on southbound 805 just past University, there is a collision involving several vehicles. They're all over to the right shoulder. Eastbound King Freeway clear to crash past Euclid. You're going to see a little residual there. And vehicle fire on westbound 52 before Santo Road. That's over to the right shoulder. Have termites? Eliminate Termite inspects, treats, and repairs termite damage, all with a full structural warranty. Their orange oil treatment is safe for people, pets, and the planet. No tent, no move out. Protect your home naturally. Schedule a free inspection at eliminatetermite.com. I'm Kelly Danick with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
It's time to ask the experts, Padres fans.
I was hoping maybe you can bring a little insight into it.
Write us, tweet us, Facebook us, send a carrier pigeon for Chris. He thinks they're cute. Padres Pen Pals begins
Hurt the pelota big time.
now on 97.3 The Fan.
Chris, over the weekend, since the carrier pigeon thing,
Yeah.
I was walking the dogs.
Okay.
And I was attacked by a bird.
A carrier pigeon?
Not a carrier pigeon.
Was it bringing you
it wasn't bringing
note?
me a note. I thought, is Chris trying to communicate with me right now? No, the bird came and just like flew around my head. It was, I hate it. I hate it. It freaked me out.
Did the bird poop on you?
No.
Well, then you got out of it, Scott. You got out of it safely.
But it was like fluttering all around my head.
I know what you're saying.
I just got the chills thinking about that. I'm not afraid of birds, but
Sound
when a
like
bird comes at you, it's a little scary because they're unpredictable. All right, let's get into Padres Pen Pals. If you love Mediterranean food, try Spiro's for authentic Mediterranean cuisine. In Coronado or La Jolla for dining or takeout options, visit spiroscuisine.com. All right,
By
here's
the way,
the first
J-Lo
one.
is not an initial name for a female celebrity or famous person.
Yes,
J-Lo.
we got
J-Lo's
a couple
name
J-Los.
is Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah.
It's not what we're looking for here. We're looking for, somebody like you said, J.K. Rowling, the only woman I can think of with initials.
I'm going to keep thinking, and I'm not going to probably figure it out. First one. I am tired of people trashing this team, and I hear on this segment people complaining all the time.
Okay.
Skraby challenged me to come up with a positive question since I feel like this. And I did. I said, they were complaining about us talking about all the negative stuff. I said, give me a positive question then. So they did. This team may need some roster help, but they are in a wild card spot at the All-Star break. If you would have told me before the year, Fernando Tatis Jr., Jackson Merrill, Dylan Cease, Xander Bogaerts, Jake Cronenworth, and the catcher position would all have prolonged periods of time without producing at a high level, I would have told you that the season was lost. The season is not lost. They find ways to win. They win close games, and they have heart. No one will give them credit, but Mike Shildt has been the one to keep it together. At this moment, Chris, what would you think about Mike Shildt for NL Manager of the Year?
Interesting. I just said we would talk about that in a little bit, but I guess we'll talk about it now. Okay, first of all, I think he's done an excellent job. Let me say that. Here. One of the things I liked about the game yesterday is it was going to be too roundabout, but the Padres tried 3 sacrifice bunts yesterday.
Yeah, they did.
And that is something that the analytics people would say is the stupidest thing of all time.
They would lose their mind.
And you know what? They lost the game. And you can look at it and say, well, that's 3 outs that they gave up, which is a whole inning's worth of outs. But I thought every single one of them was the right call. And I appreciate that Mike Shildt is willing to do things even at the risk of potentially being criticized for it.
Yeah.
So I've always been a fan of that. And I think he's pushed a lot of right buttons this year. And they've had a lot of issues with injuries and guys that haven't performed up to expectations. But I don't think he's in the tip top of the list for Manager of the Year because the Padres are doing about as well as everybody expected. That's the problem. They never give the Manager of the Year, at least in my estimation, to somebody who's doing what they normally do, which is run second to the Dodgers.
Okay.
So I don't have a problem with him winning it, but I don't think he's there yet. I'll go back to what you said. If they win the division,
then he is.
Then you got to, now we can take a look.
Another submission for names. And I can't believe I didn't do this. She's in Criminal Minds. I love her.
Don't know her.
Yeah, she's in Criminal Minds. She's great. Her name's Jennifer Giroux. Short, they call her JJ. So there you go.
All right, good.
Anyway, if they win the division, Mike Schultz, the NL Manager of the Year, but he's not doing what he did last year, which is taking a team and completely overperforming throughout the. Well, we haven't seen the last stretch of the season.
We've already
yet.
talked about what he does in the second half throughout his career. Can he do it again?
Yes. All right, let's move on to the next one. Darvish is back, and I'm so excited for that. My question is simple. I'm up first. He's under contract through 2028. Does he make it through the end of his contract?
I got another one.
Okay.
Singer, K.D. Lang.
Like K.D.
Yeah.
Okay.
K.D. Lang. She was a Grammy Award winner about 10 years ago.
Oh, someone literally just said it on the chat.
Really?
Chris is not looking at the chat.
I'm not looking at the chat, so
Not
we came up
looking
with it
at
at the
it,
same
yeah.
time.
All right. Darvish. He's under contract through 2028, making $21 million this year. He'll be 41 when 2028 comes around. Do I think he makes it through the end of his contract? And as Manny told us on Friday, yes, I do, because he doesn't have a choice. He's under contract. Do I think he's good in 2028?
Well, it is possible that he would just retire
yeah.
before 2028.
I think that Darvish is one of those guys that's going to pitch into his early 40s, like a Max Scherzer maybe, and I do think he's going to finish out his contract. I think that Darvish is going to show us down the stretch that he still can pitch, and he still can be a huge contributor to this team. What do you think? I almost called you Tony. Chris.
3 more years for Darvish after this one, right?
Correct, yeah. 26, 27, 28.
Here's the reason I think he can make it, Skrabe. Because this year he's pitched 8 innings. Last year he pitched 81. All right?
So he's saving his bullets.
He is a little bit, not maybe by design, but I think it's going to work out and benefit him moving forward.
That's true. Didn't think about it that way, honestly.
Like I said, I don't care what his stats are right now. We're going to need a few wins from him moving forward here. But, what I care most about is game 1 of the playoff or game 2, when he's facing the Phillies and he's got to come up with a big game. Because I think he can still do that.
I do too.
But yeah, I think the Padres are giving him a lot of freedom.
A ton.
Right? I mean, this year he basically said, I'm not ready. And then they said, okay, well, let us know when you're ready. And it was a little longer than we would have wanted, but he's now ready.
He's ready, and he's
last year he
not
missed
injured
much of the season, and we never even heard why.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he'll make it.
All right, I do too. Good. Next one. You're up first, Chris.
This is crazy, though. I'm looking at Darvish's career. 13 years in the big leagues.
In Major League Baseball, right?
Major League Baseball.
What about his Japanese league
I'm not looking
experience?
at that. I'm looking at Major Leagues. 284 games he started. He's completed 2. This is crazy to me.
That is crazy.
He hasn't completed a game since 2014. Baseball's so weird.
Wow. And he kind of pitched at an age where they still let guys do that.
It's so weird.
That is weird.
11 years with no complete games. Like, what?
That is strange.
Randy Jones had 25 one year. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Chris, you're up first. What the heck is up with Luis Campusano? Is he that bad, or are the Padres making a fool of him?
Oh, that's actually a fair question.
Both?
I think they're making a fool of him. I don't think you can expect anybody to keep coming up, playing a game, and then going down.
Yeah.
Kevin Acee wrote something 2 weeks ago that there are people in the organization who think that they've got to commit to Campusano now.
What?
And let him catch.
Huh?
And let him play for a month because Maldonado and Diaz can't get it done. There are people, according to Kevin Acee's article about a week ago. This is before he went 0 for 3 yesterday, but maybe you make him the catcher again and at least have some threat. There's automatic out at the bottom of the order. It annoys me to no end. As I said, both Maldonado and Diaz hit 1 home run a month. Neither of them have their home run yet this month, so maybe that's good. But I don't know what you do with Campusano, but I don't think doing what they're doing is fair.
Yeah, I don't think he's that bad
because there's no way he's just look. He's not hitting like he's hitting in the minor leagues by pulling everything. But in here, he's trying to do too much every time. He's trying to pull every single pitch, and so now they're just throwing him off the corner of the plate, and he can't get to it. And when he does, he grounds to short.
Yeah.
I just think you got to bring him here, let him work, let him get comfortable. Look, you could bat him ninth for the next 3 weeks and get the same results you're getting now.
That's absolutely true. I just don't think they trust his defense at all. I don't think they trust it. That's why he's not playing catcher right now. But I do agree with you. It's very hard for him to go up and down from AAA to the majors and continue and try to find some sort of rhythm at the plate. It's just not going to happen. And then you throw him in there. And I'm not saying this is the Padres' fault because they needed someone. They're willing to give him some at bats. But then you throw him in there against Christopher Sanchez when no one can get a hit out of Christopher Sanchez. Like that's tough. That is really tough. I'm with you. And they need time. So they should just maybe DH him for 2 straight weeks, 3 straight weeks, see what he can do. Because it's not going to be worse than what's happening at the bottom of the order now.
I would let him catch, but I'm not Mike Schilt.
I'm not Mike Schilt either.
Yeah.
All right, last one. I'm not new to baseball, but I haven't really looked into certain things as much as I should. People say A.J. Preller is not building a team that fits Petco Park. First, is that a thing? Second, why build a team that isn't built for the park they play in 81 times a year? I think it's because the reason that they don't have a team that's built for the park, because you would need everybody to be able to hit home runs every single time they're up at the plate. That's just not going to happen. I think they have built a team for Petco Park. I think they built a team with line drives. They built a team with guys that have good speed. I like what they've done with their team. And whoever says that A.J. Preller's not building a team for Petco Park, you don't know ball. Chris?
Yeah, I think he's building a team for Petco Park. What are the Padres built around?
Pitching.
Yeah. What should you
Good
build
point.
around? What should you build around at Petco Park?
Pitching.
I think so.
We've known Petco Park is commonly referred to as a pitcher's park.
So you better have some great pitchers. Padres seem to.
That's a good point, Chris.
I don't
didn't
think
even
anybody
think about
can
that.
regularly score 11 runs a game here.
No.
Right? Not even the 27 Yankees are going to come here and score 11 runs a game.
No.
You got to
Right.
be able to pitch. I think A.J. Preller does. So, silly question.
We talked about this on the roundtable, but it was like, should they move in the fences a little bit? Because there's not a lot of home runs that's hit at Petco Park. So should they move it in? I don't think so, because the summer months, you're starting to see the ball fly a little bit more.
I think Petco Park's pretty fair on, offense, defense. I don't,
It doesn't cover up flaws.
Does everybody want the ball flying out of there all the time?
No.
I'm good with Petco Park.
Me
And,
too.
I'm good with Coors Field. I mean, most people complain about Coors Field. I like the fact that there's different baseball. And it's funny, you still got to be able to hit, because the 2025 Rockies are proving that Coors Field is not automatic if you can't play, because they can't hit there.
I haven't even looked
Either.
at how many wins they have.
I'll add them up.
Oh my
on
gosh, I
fingers
just
and
looked.
toes.
22.
That's where they're at. They're 52 games below 500 at the break.
Oh my.
More Gwynn and Chris. Chris versus the fans.
It's back.
833-288-0973. Trivia time.
Padres Nationals.
Rolling to the 4 o'clock hour here. Gwynn and Chris, happy to be with you. Happy Monday out there. And if you're saying, how can you say happy Monday? It's Monday. Ugh. We say this all the time. Stop hating Mondays because that's 1/7 of your life. Seems silly to me to just completely despise 14% of your life.
I mean, my job is not hard.
Different way to look at it, I know.
It is, but I still am like, oh, it's Monday.
I know. It's just kind of got that, it's always had that connotation with it. We're happy to be with you, though, till 6 o'clock. Then, I believe from 6 to 7, the Skraby Chronicles are back.
That's right.
So last time you had a full 1-hour show there.
Like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Been a while.
It's been a while.
Skraby will be in action with the Skraby Chronicles from 6 to 7 tonight.
We are going to dive deep into this Jake Mizorowski thing on the Skraby show.
Jake Mizorowski on the
Is
All-Star.
it Jacob or what?
I don't know.
I forget his name.
I really
now,
don't
all
know.
of a sudden.
That's
a problem, Chris. If he's an all-star and we don't know his first name.
Yeah, I've not seen him enough. Look, the whole thing is this. Trey Turner, or was it Trey Turner who said it? It was either Trey Turner or one
No,
of the
it
other
was
Phillies.
Trey Turner.
No, Trey Turner complained, but somebody else, I think, said what it's come down to is that baseball wants clicks for their all-star team. And I don't want to just, look, Mizorowski is a click. People are going to tune in because they go, well, I've heard about this guy. He's throwing 103 miles an hour. He's winning every game. He's pitched 5 games. But I'd rather see him pitch than Ranger Suarez, who's 9-2 with a 0 ERA. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And just one aside, baseball did offer the spot to Ranger Suarez, but told him that he had to be available to pitch. And he said he wanted to rest his arm. So you can, give baseball at least that much. Before they gave it to Mizorowski, they did ask Ranger Suarez. But that still doesn't change the fact that it's a click thing now. And if you want proof that it's about clicks and who's popular and who's going to move the needle, look no further than Fernando making the All-Star team over Seiya Suzuki. I love Fernando. You love Fernando. We all love Fernando. You can't look at the statistics, though, and tell me that he's having a better year than Seiya Suzuki.
Did Seiya Suzuki miss a bunch of time, though?
I don't know what he missed. He's got 20
he's played 92 games, so no, he hasn't.
I mean, the guy's having an incredible
Sitting
year.
263, 25 home runs, 867 OPS.
What's his RBIs? He leads the league, doesn't he?
77.
Yeah. I mean, he's either first or second in that category.
Is he playing defense as well, or is he just DHing this year?
He's one behind the RBI. I think he's been in right field some. I think he's DH some. I don't know.
Oh, here, I have it right
every
here.
Game that he played.
63 DH games, 30 outfield games. And I think that's why, because the DH went to Aaron Judge, didn't it?
Still. Seiya Suzuki should be in the All-Star
game.
It
shouldn't go to Aaron Judge. No, it went to Shohei Ohtani because they're in the National League.
Anyway, I'm glad Fernando's in. I'm going to tune in to watch him. And baseball thinks that a lot of other people will tune in to watch him. That's why he's on the team. And that's the point that the Phillies players were making. So I'll let you talk about it further later on.
Okay.
In the meantime, 833-288-0973. That is the number to call in and play a little trivia. The game is called Chris versus the Fans. We'll tell you about what prize you can win after we kick the game off officially.
If you had one shot, one opportunity to take down the human almanac himself,
howdy do.
Now is your time.
Listen to me, this guy is dangerous.
Now is your opportunity to win a prize.
Well, I hope you know what you're in for.
Chris versus the Fans starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right. Here is what you're playing for. A qualification for a chance to win our grand prize, a 2-night stay at Park MGM Las Vegas, 2 tickets to Motley Crue on September 19th, and a $100 gas card. Catch Motley Crue's Las Vegas residency at Dolby Live at Park MGM September 12th through October 3rd. Tickets at Ticketmaster.com. Chris, do we want to throw in the other prize, or do we want to keep that?
We're going to keep the other prize for a little later.
Okay, the other prize that we're going to do later in the show, Rick Springfield tickets. So stick around for that.
Don't tell me you don't know who he is.
Jesse's girl.
That's correct. That's about all anybody will probably remember.
Is that, okay, because I was like, I don't know anything else about him.
He was on General Hospital way back when.
Oh, wow.
One of the when that was a Luke and Laura and the big show, big deal.
I've heard about this many times in my life.
Luke,
my mom skipped class in college to watch this wedding.
A lot of people did.
Luke and Laura's wedding.
Yep. That's true.
And now you watch these soap operas and you got Stephen A. Smith on
Is he on a soap opera now?
He's not like every day, but he has made some guest appearances on soap operas. They're weird. All right.
Look, here's one quick thing on soap operas.
Yes.
They were the closest thing to reality TV before reality TV came into being.
It makes sense.
It was scripted, but the idea was that you followed a story every single day.
Yes.
Similar to how reality TV works now.
That's why they call it the story. You're watching your stories.
That's why they were such a big deal then. Anyway.
Oh, someone just put on the chat, Padre Pablo Skraby, my brother, is the drummer for Rick Springfield. That's pretty awesome.
Well, then he won't need to win the
No,
tickets.
you have access to the tickets. All right, the rules. You have to make it through 3 questions. Each question will get more difficult. If you get the question right, you move on. If you get it wrong and Chris gets it right, you're eliminated. But if Chris gets it wrong, then you move on to the next question or you win. If you're a first-time player, let us know before you get into it. You'll get that question for free. Chris, I tried to fill this slot with Padres trivia last week. Friday was a disaster. And I kept saying, I'm so happy Chris versus the Fans is back on Monday.
What happened?
I ran out of stats. I ran out of questions. And it was people weren't winning because they were too hard. And so, yeah, I'm happy for Chris versus
Before
the
we
Fans
get into the questions, I'm looking at a little quick thing here that I clicked on. The top most popular things that people are watching right now on Hulu. The Bear, which is a big time show. The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, which is
I know
kind
someone
of
who loves that.
Well, it's kind of eye candy-ish. And the third, General Hospital.
No.
Yeah, says it right
way.
here. So evidently people are still kind of watching.
Oh, man, that's crazy, actually.
There you
All right,
go.
let's go to our first contestant. We'll go to Cole. Hello, Cole.
Hello?
Hey, Cole, welcome. You're in, baby.
Welcome.
Good
Baby.
luck to you.
All right, you ready to play?
He's ready.
Yes.
I'm
Okay, here we
answering
go.
for him.
All right. When the home run derby, by the way, there's a lot of home run derby questions in this. When the
That's
home
good
run
news for the
derby
contestants because I don't follow the home run
was
derby.
played here in San Diego, who won?
Oh my God. That's a 1-point question?
Yeah, this is a San Diego local question. You should know this.
Really? All right. Cole, do you know it?
I don't know it. I know Will Myers was there. He definitely didn't win it, but I'm going to say Will Myers.
He's going to say Will Myers. Okay.
Stay there.
I think it might have been because I do have a little recollection of the one here. But it's 2 people, and I'm going to go with Julio Rodriguez. I don't even know if he was in the league yet. But
he definitely wasn't.
Oh, wait, no.
It's over.
It's too late. Who was it?
What were you going to say?
I can't remember. There was somebody that was like Monster. Just
Yes.
went crazy.
Yes,
and I
Monster
can't
is right.
Who was it?
Giancarlo Stanton.
Oh, it was Giancarlo? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good for you. Like I said, I don't follow the home run derby much, so this is good news for you, Cole.
All right,
On to
Cole.
question 2.
Question 2 right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'll give you. I'll switch it up a little bit. Football question.
All right. Do a little whatever.
Which team? Let me start this over. Which NFL team does former Washington wide receiver Rome Odunze now play on?
The Bears.
The Bears
Got
is
it.
correct.
Very
Did you
good.
know Keenan Allen's still a free agent, Chris?
Nope.
All right. Let's move on to the next
He didn't
one.
do a lot last year, did he?
Oh, he did a
Quiet.
ton.
He did?
He was on my fantasy team. He was incredible last year.
Okay. Quite amazing since I don't recall the Bears quarterback completing too many passes.
He
but
had
that's okay.
Keenan Allen had a lot of garbage time points.
Gotcha.
A lot of garbage time points.
Okay.
All right, Cole. Here's the third and final question. And it is a home run derby question. What active player holds the record for most home runs in a single home run derby?
In the whole home run derby or in one round or
One edition of it, 1 year.
the whole year?
Yes. So, like,
Who's hit the most?
who's
in
hit the
one
most home
year?
runs in one home run derby?
Wow. Okay. That's a hell
I'm
of
going
a
to go
tough-
with Pete Alonso, just since he always played it in. Always
Pete
won.
Alonso.
So,
Pretty
Pete
good
Alonso.
idea. That's a
Stay
negative.
there.
How about Julio Rodriguez?
He definitely has been in it before. Is that your guess?
Yeah. Oh, Cole, you won.
wins.
First one out of the
Nice
gate
job,
today.
Cole.
Good job, Cole.
Stay right there. It's actually
Who is it?
a couple years ago it happened. Vlad Guerrero Jr.
Yeah.
hit
Didn't
91. 91 home runs in one home run derby.
It's a big day. It's a lot of swings.
That is. And now
All
my
right.
home run derby trivia is going to have to go to the garbage.
Well, you can do it some more tomorrow.
Okay.
If you want the contestants to win, you can keep doing home run derby questions because I don't know any of that stuff. I really don't. Never even been a fan of it going back to like the very beginning of it.
Do you know who? Okay, here's a question I'll just throw away.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who won the very first home run derby?
I do because I'm looking at it right now.
Oh, well, unfortunately,
just passed
away.
on. Dave Parker.
That's
How about
correct.
that? But the rules have changed 50 different times.
Yeah,
in the home run derby,
actually, I got a pretty interesting text from one of the guys in the fantasy baseball group, like asking us to debate whether or not this is the best home run derby format. But
I don't even know the.
I'm going to do that
anymore.
on the Skraby show because I'll
this
be watching
where,
it.
Right now, they have head-to-head for every round, right?
Yes.
Quarterfinals, semifinals, and then finals, and you start with 0 every time.
Yes.
I don't know if they've ever done it like this, but I think all 8 guys ought to take a swing in the first round. Top 4 ought to move on to the second round, and their home run should count. And then final, I think all 8 guys should take their turn in the first round.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant one swing in the first round.
No.
Huh?
A swing being a turn.
Gotcha.
So you get a turn. Let's say you hit 32. And, you move on to the next. If you're in the top 4, you move up. The other 4 are eliminated.
Okay.
And your 32 count going into the next round.
So you just keep adding to the score.
on adding. So basically the year that Guerrero hit 91, that would have been the winning number. He would have won. That seems most fair to me.
Okay. Yeah, they
I'm looking at one thing. Here's what I'm looking at right now. Randy Arozarena last year was second, or 2 years ago, second all time with 82 home runs. But he did not win the competition.
He did not. You're right.
So that means that to me is silly. That's how I would do it if I was in charge.
They did the whole timer thing. I'm trying to figure out what the exact format is.
Yeah, I don't know about the timer. Or
here it is. First round. All batters will hit. Top 4 home run totals advance to the second round.
Okay,
so it's not head to head anymore.
Okay, the top 4 advance.
Batters earn a bonus fourth out. Oh, okay. So it's not timed, it's by outs. Batters earn a bonus 4th out by hitting a home run at least 425 feet.
Yeah.
And then in semis, the 4 remaining players are seeded 1 through 4 based on their first round totals, competing in head to head.
But they start at 0.
At 0.
I like the year. Remember the one thing, if you asked me to name one memory of the home run derby, the one that would probably jump out was the time that Josh Hamilton hit like 90 home runs in a row.
Lot, yeah.
And I don't know how many he ended up hitting, and I'm sure his record's been broken.
I actually have it.
I'll never forget that. It seemed like he just was incredible that one year. But I know he didn't win. In the end, he lost to somebody who had way fewer home runs. But he had tuckered out in the semifinals or something by hitting all of those home runs.
Yeah.
So I never cared for that.
I'm seeing a lot of big names on the winner list.
Yeah.
Like Barry Bonds.
Yeah. No,
Sammy Sosa, Mark McGwire.
Ken Griffey won it, right?
Ken Griffey.
Yeah, I mean, they've had great.
Cal Ripken Jr. Well, he's not a home run hitter, is he?
Good enough.
Oh, okay.
His share over the years.
Ryan Howard.
I think
Harper.
the year that the year I'm thinking about, here it is. Josh Hamilton, 28 home runs in the first round. And the second most had 8. Right? So he blew everybody away.
Yeah.
However, he lost in the next round because he only hit 4. He was exhausted. And the other guy, Justin Morneau, moved past him and won the overall title.
I do think it's a problem that they change the
silly.
format every single year, though.
Right. Here, 2008, for example, total home runs, Josh Hamilton, 35. Justin Morneau, 22. Winner, Justin Morneau. Like what?
I mean, Dominic just posted what I think, too, and what you think. In a home run contest where the point is to hit home runs, seems the way to win should always be to have hit the most home runs.
Makes sense to me.
Me too.
All right. Home run derby tonight does get underway in 45 minutes or so, and then they'll have, rigmarole for a half an hour.
Total rigmarole.
I can't believe the winner of the home run derby this year could be the Big Dumper.
Big Dumper.
Has anybody asked Cal Raleigh what he thinks of this nickname?
Yes, I'm sure he's been asked. I don't know the answer, but I'm sure
I think it's a memorable nickname. I don't find it to be particularly supportive of the, right?
Oh, there's apparently a bunch of T-shirts selling with Big Dumper on it.
Well, I'm sure people like it. I think it's an interesting name. It's not very complimentary to Cal Raleigh, is it? Does he have a big tush? Is that where it's coming from?
I don't. Here it is. According to Corey Brock, Raleigh was given the nickname in the summer of 2020 when blah 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 blah. They enjoyed joking about the size of his backside.
There it is.
So
okay.
It caught on. You're right.
Yeah, he's got a big tush.
Big Dumper.
That's his name.
Can we go to break now?
Yes, we will. More Gwynn and Chris ahead. I think after traffic, we're going to give you the top 3 most surprising and disappointing big league teams so far. Who?
From the 855, get Ross Traffic Center.
Tom Crisello, Matt Skraby, otherwise known as the medium-sized dumper. I actually haven't measured. I don't know.
I was going to say, a lot of people would say there's no dumper.
No dumper. You're the no dumper. Tony Gwynn Jr. is on vacay during the All-Star break. Home Run Derby gets underway in about 45 minutes. Crisello and Skraby here. Padres check into the All-Star break at 52-44. Which is a better record than they had last year at the All-Star break.
Good.
They're also a game and a half closer to first place this year than they were last year at this time. Only problem with comparing the two is last year they finished to 43-20. We can hope that they can do that again, but that's pretty tough to duplicate.
As Xander Bogaerts said, we have pretty much the same team as last year. We did it last year.
Let's do
Doesn't
it.
mean we could do it again, but we will try.
By the way, Xander Bogaerts had like an OPS over 1,000 the last month and a half.
Great. He's been great.
And honestly, I think with the amount of crap that all the fans gave this guy, I haven't seen the other side of the coin very much, where people have said, hey, apologies to Xander Bogaerts. The guy's been really good lately.
No, you know what they say is, well, finally he's earning his money.
I see.
Finally.
Yes. So he's getting negative feedback anyway.
Oh, yeah, because people can't handle it when the guy that they've been trashing for the entire season is now playing all right.
I mean, he's had a really hot run here. And, I think Fernando hitting .333 the last 12 games, good sign. Jackson Merrill's 2-home-run game, good sign. These are things you're going to need going into the second half.
Mm-hmm.
We were going to do the most surprising and disappointing teams, but we only have a minute or two in this segment. So we'll hold off on that, Scrape, because I want to give it its proper due.
Okay.
Who would you say overall is the worst? I know the answer right now is the Rockies, but that's not what I'm looking for. What's kind of like, if you think of a crappy kind of small market, not going anywhere, not a great organization in baseball.
Oh, I got one right now.
Who do you have?
A's.
Okay. Yeah. Give me the other one that's in the same level as the A's. It's not the A's I'm looking for here. There's another team that is similar to the A's in terms of small market, no stadium, nobody goes to the games. So you're looking
for when someone says, who's the worst team in baseball?
No, they're not the worst team, but nobody goes to their games. They don't even have a stadium.
Guardians?
How about the Rays?
Oh.
The Rays don't have a stadium. And when they did have one, no one went to the games, right?
That is true. Yeah.
Worst ballpark in baseball.
That is true.
Here's how bad the Rays organization is. 20 years ago, a guy by the name of Stu Sternberg purchased the Rays for $200 million. $200 million. Today, he sold them to a Florida-based developer named Patrick Zalupski for $1.7 billion. In 20 years, they went from $0.2 billion to $1.7 billion.
Okay, when did he buy the Rays? I'm going to do inflation
20 years
calculator.
ago. 2004, this is 2025, so, 21 years ago. Some $0.2 billion to $1.7 billion. That is, off the top of my head, 9 times more money, or 8.5 times more money.
Hold on.
Than he paid for them 21 years ago.
In today's money, it's still a deal. According to the inflation calculator, it would be $329 million in today's money. So he's making like over $700 million.
From 200 to 329. But anyway, my point is the value of the Rays has gone up by $1.5 billion in 20 years. I just want to put that out there. The next time you all think that a player is getting too much money and that the owners just can't afford it, They can afford it because the value of their franchises are through the roof. And any owner that tells you, we got a budget here, we just can't afford that guy, they're letting down the fan base. And thank you to our owners here who have, people look at the Padres salaries and payrolls and say that can't be sustainable. Well, of course it can be sustainable. The value of the franchise is going up $1.5 billion over 20 years. What's that average out to? 80 million, 800 million a year or whatever. Somebody help me with that. It's too big of numbers to do it off the top of my head. Honestly.
Give me the numbers. I got the calculator.
All right. 1.5 billion times 21 or divided by 21.
Oh gosh.
1.5 billion divided by 21.
So 1,500,000
okay.
Divided by 21.
21. So each year,
$71 million.
$71 million a year, the value goes up. So
that's crazy.
On average.
That's crazy.
And that's the Rays.
Yeah.
They're the worst franchise in the league, we just said, or darn near close to it.
That is pretty crazy.
So the Yankees is going up at a exponentially higher rate than that.
I'm shocked by that, actually.
So when you find out that your franchise is now going up $71 million a year just in what it's worth, and spending an extra $6 million to get a good player, even $26 million, doesn't seem so ludicrous.
If I quickly search how much the Padres are worth right now, it says $1.78 billion.
So about the same.
Sider family bought it in 2012. Here's something interesting. They bought it in 2012 for $600 million.
Okay, so they've gone from 0.6 billion to 1.8 billion. So they've gone up as well.
Oh, they've definitely gone up. And you know what? It's
nicely.
San Diego is a case study for if you put a field or a team on the field, people are going to show up.
Yes, the Padres are reaping the benefits of the kind of money they've spent because they are the number 2 attendance team in all of baseball.
Yeah, it's good. It's
the only team that has more fans so far this year is the Dodgers. That's impressive. Good job by all of you.
Yeah,
but
totally.
Good job by the organization for giving you a reason to go out there.
Absolutely. No, and 43,000 people aren't going to yesterday's game if they don't have Fernando Tatis Jr. or Manny Machado. It's just not happening. Ready for the Big Five?
Let's do that next.
Ben and Wood.
All right, we got we're going to do the Big Five in a minute. I wanted to address a good text we got or an email. What did we get?
There was a tweet.
Tweet, thank you. Good fan. And I don't mind when we say something and you don't like it or disagree with it or think we left something out.
And you come at us.
But you come at us with some intelligence.
Yeah, and some respect.
Instead of, like stupid, oh, you don't know what you're talking about, Skraby.
That's 99%.
Which is what we get 99% of the time. So somebody wrote and said, you guys talked about Manny and the fact that, why is he labeled a dirty player? And you said, it's just stupid. It shouldn't be that way anymore. But I didn't remember this. So the tweet, what was the name?
You want to read it? Johnny Mac.
Johnny Mac. Yeah, he's a good listener.
Yes.
Good tweeter.
He said,
tell me what he said and then I'll discuss.
Says, I'm often surprised by the things you guys forget. Quote, the one time Manny did something. Ending someone's career due to a cheap shot isn't an honorable thing to do. I can't imagine what you think if someone injured Tatis Jr. and he never recovered. And then he put a screenshot of a news story. April 2017, Manny Machado slid into Dustin Pedroia, causing a knee injury that significantly impacted his career. His late high slide into second resulted in Pedroia's leg buckling, leading to multiple surgeries and ultimately contributing to his early retirement.
And that apparently is pretty true. Pedroia had really never totally recovered from that. He ended up, his career ended at the age of 37. And he really didn't play much after April of 2017. Okay. So fair. However, also, and look, Johnny Mac, I think it's a good tip because I honestly forgot all about all of this. Pedroia did actually finish that season, 2017. He finished the whole season, as a matter of fact, and hit 293. He played 105 more games. After this. Now, so that tells me that maybe that wasn't the direct thing, although they say as time went on, that kind of all came back and it was what put an earlier end to his career. But it didn't put an immediate end. So that's part of it. The second thing is Dustin Pedroia, interviewed by the people at Sports Boston 4 years after this happened, said, quote, it happened. I got caught in the wrong position, and that was it. I'm at peace with everything, knowing that I did my best. The training staff, doctors did everything we possibly could have to try and continue to play baseball. He said, I'm trying to see what he said about the actual setting.
I'm watching the slide right now, and it's Dustin Pedroia is turned away from the bag towards like the third base line, and Manny goes into the base, but he has his leg lifted, his lead leg, and hits him in the knee.
I'm not upset about anything anymore, Pedroia said. That play could have happened my rookie year. When you play second base, you play like me, you hang on until the last possible second to get the ball because you watched it. If there's a slim chance of the double play, there's one guy on planet Earth who could turn it, and you're talking to him. What Pedroia is saying is that he hung in there longer than he should have. And he said that that was the way he played the game, to try to take the hit so he could make the double play. The slide that Manny had probably now would be considered a dirtier play than it should have been considered then, because then everybody went into the bag hard to try to break up double plays. It's what you did. This was before Buster Posey's thing, was it not?
2017, no, Buster Posey was way earlier than that.
Oh, it was.
I'm pretty sure.
I don't know. I'm not disagreeing with you, Johnny Mac. I will say that I don't.
2011 for him.
Okay, I don't consider Manny to be a dirty player. And I think that was a hard slide that unfortunately caused an injury. I don't get the feeling Manny was trying to injure the guy. He was trying to take him out and not let him turn a double play, which was an accepted brand of baseball back in the days. And one last thing for, again, I'm sounding like I'm an apologist for Manny, and I don't mean to be. But for one last thing, if anybody wants to see what double plays used to be look like, I call your attention to either Hal McRae or just Hal McRae.
I've seen that play.
Right?
He didn't even try to go into the base.
Took Willie Randolph almost to the left field fence.
He did.
Almost to the fence. And you're like, how's that? No, look at it. He also did the same thing when he was with the Reds in a World Series game against the A's. Nobody complained. All right, let's go to the Big Five after we check some traffic.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
This game day traffic report is brought to you by Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water. Well, Coastline Ride is added again. This time it's northbound 5, right before Cannon. Hit and run crash over the right shoulder. And stalled car on the Coronado Bridge heading off the island past the old toll plaza. Got the slow lane blocked. What makes Crystal Geyser Alpine Spring Water different? They always bottle their Alpine Spring Water less than 1.5 miles from the spring source. And all of their bottles are made with 50% recycled plastic from their own recycling plants. Crystal Geyser, bottled at the spring source. I'm Kelly Danick with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
It's that time of the show when we check on the latest in sports. Only the most important topics and questions are brought to light.
Stop what you're doing and listen.
These news stories will astound and amaze you. The one, the only.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
The Big Five starts now on 97.3 The Fan.
All right, someone brought up Chase Utley's slide on the chat, and I went to go look at it real quick. That is 1,000 times more dirty than what Manny Machado did. Chase Utley didn't even go into the bag. He missed the bag so he could take out Miguel Tejada and broke his leg.
Ruben Tejada.
Ruben Tejada,
Let's get that clear.
Sorry.
Yeah, little different than
Way
Manny's slide.
different.
Lot different.
Like,
But
I
neither
can
of
see
them-
why people say that's a dirty slide.
That one looked pretty dirty. That looked like he was going after the guy to try to injure him, as
Yeah.
opposed Manny, to me, was going after him to try to break up a double play. That's what Pedroia said.
Yeah.
All right. Look, Manny's our guy. We're going to stick up for him, but I think it's good that you brought it up, Johnny Mac, and you brought it up intelligently and, stirred up a conversation, which is the way it
Correct.
should
We're
be.
always okay with conversations.
Yes. What we're not okay with.
How do you guys
Skraby,
forget about
you're an
Manny?
idiot. You guys are idiots.
Why are you going radio if you can't remember stuff?
You guys are so stupid. We are stupid.
My hater voice keeps getting
Hey,
lower and lower.
Don't call me stupid. I saved some lady's life on the gondola this week at Telluride.
That's right.
If you missed that story, by the way, please go back to the 2:15 segment today.
You have to.
Skraby was peeing his pants.
Well, because I was laughing so hard, not
It
just
was pretty
because, but you have to go back and listen to
2:15 segment. You got to hear it.
Number 5.
This hour on 97.3 The Fan is brought to you by Staples. All right, Chris, this is what we talked about at the roundtable last week, so I'm going to get your thoughts on it. Dylan Cease has been a conundrum for all of us this year.
Hang on a second.
What?
Sorry. I just looked at the Manny thing. He went into Pedroia. He tried to help him up. He tried to keep him upright. It's totally different than Chase Utley.
So Chase Utley wanted to hurt him.
Destroyed the guy. Manny put his foot up and it tipped off the bag and lifted it higher.
It did, yeah.
And he tried to hold him up. Go ahead.
Dylan Cease has been a conundrum for all Padres fans, all Padres hosts, all Padres coaches, I'm sure.
Yes.
It's simple for this question, Chris. You're up first. If Ruben Niebel, the pitching whisperer, can't fix Dylan Cease, can anyone fix him?
I'm not going to answer that. Here's what I'm going to say. Because I think
the answer is we don't know.
I don't know. Ruben Niebla has, been incredible.
But really, the conversation we had during the roundtable was like, what do we think that Dylan Cease is someone that the Padres would want to pay a bunch of money to next year?
Yeah, right now it's pretty hard to do it.
Yeah.
But the season's not over yet.
That's
all I'm going to say. I think some of the other numbers support the fact that Dylan Cease is going to start getting it done better. 129 strikeouts, 39 walks, 11.2 Ks per 9 innings. He's one of the top guys in baseball. Every time somebody hits the ball off him, it falls in. I think that's going to change some in the second half. But if it doesn't, 3-9, 4.88. Yeah, I can't spend a lot of money on that.
No.
I can't. I can spend some, but Dylan's going to have to bring his price way down unless he has a effective second half of the season. It's hard to sell my fan base on it, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, paying
At
him
that
$30
point-
million a year wouldn't be a good investment, in my opinion, right now, from what we've seen so far this season.
But I think you're going to be surprised. 3-9, 4-8-8. I think he'll get under 4, and I think he'll end up with 10+ wins. I think
10? You mean he has to win 7?
7 more wins, and his ERA has to come down nearly a run. I think that it
I could do the ERA, but the 7 wins is so hard these days when no one's going deep into the game, and he gets very little run support.
Dylan Cease's career numbers tell me that it's going to turn his way.
I'm hoping you're right.
His ERA is a run lower than this in his career. I just think it's going to, happen for him. His strikeout walk ratio is still great. I think he's commanding the ball better than we think. He's not commanding it in the strike zone as well as he'd like. Mark my words, Skraby.
Okay.
Second half's going to be a big run for Dylan Cease.
What?
And you know what? Just to confirm that, I won't trade for him in fantasy.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Because if I did, that would wreck it.
Thank you. We don't need that right now. We need
don't wanna
something
do
else.
that, yeah.
Woods and I surmised, and basically all of us, that if the Padres don't pay him a bunch of money, some other team's probably going to.
Yeah, they will, but you're going to have to let him. Unless he goes,
This is a Jurickson Profar type conversation where do you want to pay Jurickson Profar a ton of money for coming off of a career year? And do you want to pay Dylan Cease a ton of money coming off of
the problem is with
this year?
The problem with Dylan Cease, though, Skrabe, is that he had Cy Young second place. Then he went 7-9 with a 4.58. Then he came here and had Cy Young fourth place. So what's to say he may just come back next year and do that again?
I think the word conundrum is perfect for Dylan Cease.
Number 4.
ESPN surveyed a bunch of executives, coaches, and NFL scouts to rank the quarterbacks in the NFL right now in order from number 1, Patrick Mahomes. Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, and Jaden Daniels rounded out the top 5. Chris, do you agree with the top 5?
Let me hear it again.
Patrick Mahomes. Let's just do it together so we don't have to go separately. Patrick Mahomes, we both agree with, obviously.
Okay.
Josh Allen, we agree with.
Good enough.
Joe Burrow,
Top 5.
we agree with.
Top 5, okay.
Lamar Jackson, we agree with.
Okay.
Jaden Daniels is the only one I can't say that he's a top 5 quarterback because he's only done it 1 year. I need to see him do it again for him to be a top 5 quarterback.
I'd put Jalen Hurts there.
Jalen Hurts, that's what I thought. I was like, the guy just won the Super Bowl.
Jalen Hurts is pretty good to me. I don't know why people don't like him. Yeah, I'd put Hurts there instead of Daniels for now. I'm looking further down at the list. I'd love to see why people think Justin Herbert is a top 10 every single time. I just would. He's number 7. A couple of years ago, he was number 3. I don't get it. I know Justin Herbert throws for a lot of yards. I don't get it, though. He doesn't win anything.
The dude is tough.
So, a lot of guys are tough. I don't know. I don't know how Justin Herbert's in there until he proves me wrong and has a big year and wins a couple. Then it'll change my opinion. But until then, I'm not doing it.
Brock Purdy didn't even he got like honorable mention votes.
Did he even get that?
Yeah, he got a couple honorable mention votes.
So
Number 3.
So did Tua. So that tells you how big a deal that is.
Yeah, trust me, I know. Let's go to another NFL poll. This time, CBS Sports ranked the top coaches in the NFL right now, and of course, it started with Andy Reid at the top with the Chiefs. Then you have Sean McVay of the Rams, John Harbaugh, I'm sorry, of the Ravens. Nick Sirianni of the Eagles, and Dan Campbell of the Lions. I'm up first. Any issues with these coaches in the top 5? The only one I got to say is, and this is a completely biased answer, Sean McVay is not the second best head coach in this league. He is not. He is not. Did he take a team to the playoffs last year that people didn't think would make the playoffs? Yes. Is he a good coach? Borderline great coach? Yes. Is he a top 5 coach? Possibly. Is he number 2? No. He is not number 2. I would have to put John Harbaugh at the top. He's there every single year. He's won a Super Bowl. I would say he's number 2 over Sean McVay. Chris?
Well, I mean, you know what I think of Sean McVay.
You
I think he's overrated.
I don't know after last year I can say that anymore.
John Harbaugh should be ahead of him. Mike Tomlin should be way ahead of him.
For his 500 finishes every single year?
Move on. I mean, we could go on and on.
We're running out of time.
Yeah.
Former full-time Dallas Mavericks owner Mark Cuban was interviewed over the weekend, and he was asked...
Carroll, 17th?
Well, he hasn't been in the league in a while. And he was asked about how he felt about big NBA stars playing in the Olympics. Here is what he said on Sirius XM.
Who said this?
Mark Cuban, NBA radio.
I hated it. I complained about it every single year because in my attitude, guys going to play for the Olympics, Comcast NBC is making billions, right? The IOC making billions, even FIBA making a lot. I don't know exactly. And we're giving all these guys for free and taking all the injury risks. Now, there hasn't been dramatic injuries, but, all you need to know is that if a guy is a free agent and hurt, he ain't playing.
Right. So there you go. He didn't like it. He says that the team owners in the NBA are taking on all of the risk for the Olympics. He wants a max age limit for players that play on the team, and some think that he is right. Chris, do you think Mark Cuban has a legit gripe here?
You mean the next president of the United States, Mark Cuban? Have you heard this lately?
I've heard it, yes.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with him. I've never liked the pros in the Olympics. I know it's interesting to a lot of people, and I know now that Europe can kind of keep up because they have a lot of good Europeans.
We need the pros.
But I don't need the pros for the Olympics. I loved it when it was the college kids, but I know it's a different world now, and it's never going back. Does the Olympics provide any insurance coverage at all for this stuff? Because Cuban's right.
I was thinking about that, and I
if
couldn't find an answer.
Luka goes over there, I don't care. Luka's not even playing for the U.S. Whoever he plays for, Luka goes over there and he,
Slovenia
gets a career thing. That would really suck.
Yeah, it would. And yes, whoever owns his contract, which is the Lakers, they're going to suffer for it. And I have to think that these teams take out insurance policies on these players, like when they do something like that. But I don't disagree with Cuban because everybody else is making tons of money, but you're loaning out your star, and he could be hurt, and then you're stuck owing him $200 million.
Just wait until Tyreek Hill, I'll say him because he's probably going to be the one. Wait till Tyreek Hill breaks an ankle running a route in flag football in the Olympics. Wait till you see how that goes over.
He's so good, he broke his own ankle.
Yeah, sure.
Number one, I don't really care about, so let's just move past him.
I love it. Happy hours next. A lot more Gwynn and Chris ahead. Welcome into the happy hour, everyone. Chris Ella. Tony Gwynn Jr.'s idol. The All-Star break is upon us. Matt Skraby's here. Coming up at the end of this segment, going to give you a chance to win 2 tickets to see Rick Springfield, otherwise known to General Hospital fans as Dr. Noah Drake. How do I even know that, Scrabe? I Want My 80s Tour is coming up at Front Wave Arena August 3rd. Tickets on sale now at axsaccess.com. Or you can win a couple of tickets. Stick around, 5 o'clock, about 10 minutes. Tell you how you can win.
You have to sing every single word to Jesse's Girl live on the air.
Or better yet, you have to name another song that Rick Springfield did.
Good point.
That could be even tougher.
Yes.
All right. Home Run Derby getting underway shortly. The first 2 contestants are both former Padre people, James Wood and then Brent Rooker. We'll keep you up to date with that. I know some of you are like
very upset,
living on the edge of every swing in the Home Run Derby. I'm not among those people. All right. We're at the All-Star break, so it's always fun for me. Take a little look-see. We did the Padres MVPs earlier. Skraby and I both had similar lists. We both had Manny and Pivetta at the top. And then I had Gavin Sheets in the third slot. You had Jason Adam. Got no complaints. The funny thing, which I forgot to mention then, but I want to mention now, is that I think a case can be made that Pivetta's been the best Padre this year, but he's not one of the 5 guys in the All-Star team. Like, that's weird to me.
Because he pitched on Sunday.
You don't did they know that when they announced the team?
Yes, he was scheduled, and
so they already knew. So he would have made it.
I don't know that.
See, I don't either.
I don't know that.
Yeah, I don't think you're right there.
I just know that Christopher Sanchez wasn't asked because he was a Sunday pitcher.
I don't think when they named the pitching, guys 2.5 weeks ago that they had
that's
mapped
true.
it all
That's
out.
true. That's true. But he still didn't get selected. Jacob Mizorowski did, Chris.
Yes, he did. Jacob Mizorowski did speak today in defense of everybody criticizing his selection. And I like what he said. He said, I don't think the people are mad at me. They're mad at the process.
I definitely
So he's not
agree
taking
with
it
that.
personally, which is smart by him.
If I were him, though, I thought about this all weekend.
Really? Would you have said, no, don't take me?
Because
yes, I'm correct. You would have said, I don't deserve it. Like he's saying, hey, why the hell not? I'll go now. They've
I don't know that I could say
honor.
yes, because I know that everybody's just going to be like whispering around, well, he shouldn't even be here. Why is he here?
Well,
that would bother
they
me.
better not. They better whisper quietly. You might stick a fastball in their ear, unless he collapses on the mound like he did in his first game. All right, who are the 3 most surprising teams in baseball at the All-Star break, and who are the 3 biggest disappointments? Skraby, a little baseball music or something? Oh, that's good. Okay. All right, I'll let you go first on the Padre thing, so I'm going to go first on this.
Oh, your favorite, Pat McAfee, is introducing the Home Run Derby participants.
The only thing that would be more annoying is if they had L. Duncan do it.
Pat McAfee, I know it's hot in Atlanta, but you need to wear sleeves, bro. He doesn't ever wear
doesn't have a sleeve.
My third, we're going third team, right?
Okay, number 3, let's start with the disappointments because I like negativity first.
All right, I'm going to say the Cleveland Guardians. They're 46 and 49. Okay. They have great players. They just have not done it this year. They've been kind of better here in the last little bit, but they were at one point last week on the verge of losing like 11 in a row.
Yeah.
It's been disappointing. Emmanuel Clase has not been the Emmanuel Clase we saw last year.
They're the division champion that is currently in 4th place.
Yeah,
I think
that's my number
a very
3.
good selection. Number 3 for me is the Texas Rangers.
Oh, okay.
Bruce Bochy's team. Surprisingly, a game under 500, despite the fact they're plus 47 run differential, which is 40 better than the Padres are, by the way.
Yeah, true.
But Texas, I said at the beginning of the year their bullpen was going to be a problem. It has been. But I don't know, the World Series champs from a couple years ago just missed the playoffs by a whisker last year and not keeping up with the Astros and Mariners this year. Rangers, number 3.
All right, my number 2 is the team, and I know we have someone on our chat that lives in Baltimore, so I'm sorry, Dominic, but the Baltimore Orioles are the most overrated team of the last 3 seasons. Wow. Everybody always says, oh, they're going to go to the World Series. They have such a good core, blah, blah, blah. They can't win a playoff game, and this year they have trouble winning games, and they're in last place in the AL East. So I'm going to say the Orioles, number 2.
If it wasn't for the pathetic Rockies, Nationals, and Athletics, the Orioles have the next worst pitching in all of baseball.
They're minus 90 on the run differential.
That's not bad until you consider the Rockies minus 253.
Oh, gosh, that's hard to even look at.
Crazy. My number 2 most disappointing team, the Hotlanta Braves. We have a lot of excuses for why the Braves are bad this year, injuries mostly, but they're a plus 2 in run differential, yet 11 games now below 500. They're below the Marlins. Come on, they still got Acuna now. They got Strider, who's come back, not great. This has been a bad team. Profar really throw them for that much of a loop? Whatever happened to Ozzie Albies? They still have all their guys.
I haven't even really checked on him this year.
I know. Austin Riley. Sean Murphy's done well.
Matt Olson.
What's going on? Braves disappointing. I know people, they're not even in the hunt. All right, number 1.
My number 1 is the Braves. For every reason you said.
Okay. My number 1's the Orioles.
Okay, for every reason that we said.
To be better than the Braves. But both of those are the 2 most disappointing teams. All right, clearly on the other side, most surprising teams in baseball. I get to start this. And number 3 for me, San Francisco Giants.
Oh, good one.
Did not expect the Giants to be 7 games over 500. They've kind of taken the place of the Diamondbacks this year.
Yeah, they have.
As the 3rd team in the NL West. Giants are they're winning a lot of one-run games. They've got 22 one-run victories. That's helping them quite a bit. But they are doing that. And Bob Melvin, I don't know why. I guess I've always feel like Bob Melvin's a negative connotation name in this area.
It definitely is.
And, Bob Melvin did get us someplace we haven't gone in a long time. So people have short memories there. But he's managing to win these games with a mediocre at best bullpen.
Yeah, definitely.
So I say they're third.
And they have Justin Verlander, who's not been pitching that great either.
He's better than no wins. He's
Yeah.
pitched better than that, but yes, still no wins is pretty crazy.
My number 3 is a team that I just did not expect to get so hot here lately, and that's the Blue Jays. They are now leading the AL East. They won like 11 in a row. Vlad Jr. is playing great. They have players on that team. And John Schneider, I keep thinking, A, who is John Schneider? And B, he's going to be gone soon. He's always seems like he's on the hot seat. But they are my number 3 most surprising team this year.
Okay. Number 2 for me, the Brew Crew.
Oh.
Pat Murphy won Manager of the Year last year.
Yes, he did.
He could win it again this year. Speaking of former Padre people, the Brewers are supposed to be last this year. They let everybody go, supposedly, and they did. If you look at it, a lot of people left. Everybody kind of said that's it for the Brew Crew. Well, they have a better record right now than the Phillies do. The only teams in the league better right now are the Dodgers and Cubs. I did not think the Brewers are going to be good this year, but they are.
Without even really looking at the standings, that is true. I didn't see them as the 3rd best record in the league.
They're the 2nd place team in their division, only one back of the Cubbies.
Oh, in the league.
In the division, yeah.
My number 2 is going to be the Astros. They were kind of left for dead last year.
They won the division last year.
I know, but they were like at one point terrible.
And not supposed to be good this year.
And not supposed to be good, but they're 56-40. They're 5 games up on the Mariners, and they are playing good baseball. So that's my number 2 team.
It's hard for me to call the Astros a surprise because they win the division every year.
True.
But I do agree with you. It seems to be a bit of a surprise that they're there this year. Didn't think they'd be comfortably ahead like they are.
Correct.
I think you missed the boat on this one. The number 1 most surprising team has got to be the Blue Jays. I don't see how it can be any different, but that's why we do these segments. Everybody has a little different opinion. The Blue Jays are winning the AL East. It's the best division most people think. They're 3 ahead of the Yankees. They were 20 games out of first place last year. So I think they're incredible. I don't think anybody saw this coming. You look at the rest of the last place teams last year, Rockies, Pirates, Marlins, Angels, White Sox, they all still suck. Blue Jays, not so much. First place, I think that's the biggest surprise. And I love their manager. Yesterday, got kicked out of the game in Oakland.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see what happened?
No.
By the way, guy for the Blue Jays, Davis Schneider? Is
John
that
Schneider.
No, the manager, but they got a player named Davis. He's an infielder. Let me look him up. I don't know the Blue Jays too well.
Oh, yeah, Davis Schneider.
Yeah. So Davis Schneider hits a ball deep down the left field line in the Sacramento ballpark. It goes right over the pole. So they call it foul. The manager, John Schneider, goes crazy because he thinks it's fair. And then they go to review, and they call it foul again. And John Schneider goes even crazier this time.
I'm watching it.
And gets kicked out of the game. And as he's going out of the game, he has to walk to left field because remember, that's where the clubhouse is.
That's so awkward.
And he starts waving his arms. It was a fair ball. He's doing his Aaron Boone thing. It's hilarious.
They're pushing him towards left field.
I love it. And then guess what?
What?
Next pitch, Davis Schneider hit a homer to left center field. No doubt about it.
All right.
The old ball doesn't lie.
He's got his manager's back.
Yeah. So John Schneider, good on him. Who's your number 1 most surprising team?
See, I think you missed the boat on this one because the Detroit Tigers,
best record in all of baseball.
Even though they've lost let me start that over.
Lost 4 in a row.
They've lost 4 in a row. They're still so good, and no one saw this coming. No one did.
I picked them to win the division, so I would say that, at least somebody saw that much. They did finish 10 games over 500 last year. They also won a playoff series last year. So I think the fact that they're in first place is not a surprise, but I will grant you that the fact they have the best record in baseball is a surprise.
All right.
There's only one team in baseball over 600 winning percentage, and that is the Tigers. All right, very good. Interesting
Detroit.
list.
I was talking to someone on Friday at Petco Park, and they were saying that they moved here from Detroit, so they love the Padres because they've been here for a while, but they also love the Detroit teams, and they were saying, man, it's good for sports in Detroit right now.
Detroit.
You got the Tigers, you got the Lions, the Pistons are on their way back up.
And Detroit's always been one of the pitiful sports towns in terms of success.
Except for the Red Wings.
The Dead Wings, as many people used to call them. All right, here's your question to win tickets to see Rick Springfield. I want my 80s tour at Front Wave Arena, August 3rd. 2 tickets right now. First person calls in 833-288-0973. Who is the only major league pitcher this century? That means starting in 2000.
Okay.
The only pitcher in the big leagues this century who's thrown more than 10 complete games in 1 year. There's only one guy who's done it.
In 1 year?
In 1 year since the year 2000. Now, remember, before the year 2000, guys used to get 20, 25 a year.
Life
has changed.
Are they active?
No.
Okay.
They're not active.
All right.
But you've heard of the guy. He's the only guy has ever had more than 10 complete games in 1 year since 2000, this century. 25-year span.
That is crazy.
Only one guy's done it. First person, 833-288-0973. Rick Springfield, and you will be best friends. Traffic first.
From the
called in with the correct answer. Only pitcher to have double figures, more than 10 complete games this century. Tampa Bay Rays right-hander, and a guy that is very near and dear to the hearts of San Diego Padre fans, James Shields. The answer to that question. He had 11 complete games for Tampa Bay in 2011. Of course, James Shields came to the Padres and then was shipped off for some guy named Fernando.
I was going to say, if anybody's mad at James Shields, don't be. He got Fernando.
A lot of guesses. We had about 9 or 10 guesses. The one that wasn't guessed that maybe could have been was Roy Halladay. He used to get like 9 every year, but he never quite made double figures. Halladay, remember that?
I do.
Great pitcher, great Roy Halladay.
Unfortunately.
But yeah, a lot of guys. The leader this year, Framber Valdez, Houston Astros, has 2, which is actually a lot compared to some years.
And the Padres have 2 guys with 1.
Which
seems like a lot.
That's right. That's something to be said in this day and age. The reason all this came up is because Yu Darvish hasn't had one in 11 years, and we were just kind of like, what?
Yeah,
that
just
made
crazy.
No sense. All right. Gwynn and Chris till 6. No Gwynn today, but I didn't get a chance to hear the interview Friday with Tony Gwynn Jr., Matthew Skraby, and Manny Machado.
Yes.
So I'm going to sit down and listen to it with all of you here in about 20 minutes.
I got
it's coming up.
Some great reviews, and I appreciate that because I was.
By the way, the last time you
nervous.
did an interview with a player live, Dylan Cease, you were stumbling and bumbling and your whole thing. Remember that?
No.
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. Everybody's like, well, Skraby, are you okay?
Yes. When Tony asked me if I panicked, and I did not
panicking
panic
at the fan fest.
Well, I mean, nothing was wrong with the mics. Dylan Cease sits down, all of a sudden they don't work. Like,
No,
what?
That's what it was. That's right. But you're good with Manny. We'll listen to that interview in about 20 minutes for those who missed it like I did. All right, first guy up in the home run derby is the young Padre farmhand, or now national, James Wood, who halfway through his round has like 5 home runs, but he's hit at least 10 other balls to the warning track.
Yeah.
He keeps crushing the ball, but coming up short. Skraby, the hitting coach sitting here across the country, saying that James Wood is hitting with too high of a launch angle.
You can't hit a ball at 100 miles an hour and have it be a 46 degree launch angle. It's just not going to go out.
All right, he finished with 14.
I mean, that's a lot more than I thought.
Not bad. All right, so the home run derby is underway. James Wood was first. What were we going to do here? We had something.
NL Central, AL Central from before the year.
Let's review our picks from the beginning of the season in both the AL and NL Central. We'll do the West and East the next couple of days. But how did we do so far? Skraby?
All right, so let's start with the
us.
Central and the division
Which
winner.
Central?
Tony and I said,
we said we're doing
National
both
League
Central. National League Central, okay.
Tony and I both said the Brewers
would win the division.
Yes.
You did?
Yes, we did.
Oh, I thought the Brewers were going to be terrible this year.
I just went with Tony, I think.
Okay.
You said the Reds, which they're not up. They're not like close, but they could win the division if something happened to the Cubs. I could see them going on a tear in the second half
Reds,
of the season.
Now 7.5 back.
I mean, no one picked the Cubs, so.
Yeah, I think the Cubs were kind of the odds-on favorite. We both went a little different direction.
Last place team, Tony and I said the Pirates or the Pirates. Who is in last place? Yes, they are. They're in last
Pirates,
place.
Way in last.
You said the Cardinals.
Yeah,
they're doing a little bit better. I mean, I thought
they had a nice year.
Yeah,
nice year. I'm not a fan of the whole Cardinal thing, and ever since they gave up Mike Schilt and gave it all to Oliver Marmol, and Nolan Arenado still annoys me. So,
National League Central before the year division MVP. Tony said Jackson Chourio. And it's not happening. Chris and I said Ellie De La Cruz. That's not happening. It's PCA
is the winner at the moment.
Pete Armstrong. Best newcomer. Tony and I said Kyle Tucker. Chris said Ryan Presley. What has he been doing this year?
He lost his job. He's not even the closer for the Cubs. He's like the 6th inning guy. He's been terrible.
So I guess
Kyle Tucker's a pretty good call. Yeah, I think he's been a very good newcomer. He's on the All-Star team.
Division Cy Young, Tony and I said Paul Skeens. and he's doing pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
You said Freddie Peralta, which I think he's doing all right. He's not Paul Skeens.
Get out of here. At least Freddie Peralta's won a game. Stop telling me that Paul Skeens
He plays
is
on a team that actually is good.
Paul Skeens has 4 wins. That's embarrassing.
Go look at his game log and see how many times he's lost 1-0.
You know how many games Freddie Peralta's won?
What?
11.
Oh, that's a lot.
I think I'll take that one.
All right, over to the American League Central. For the division winner, you guys, Tony and Chris, said the Tigers.
Tigres.
I said the Guardians, which is not good.
Not working out.
Last place team, all 3 of us said the White Sox.
Yeah, that was a gimme.
There's
no way we could get that wrong. Like the White Sox and Rockies are just like guaranteed seller.
Division MVP,
AL Central. God.
Tony and Chris said Jose Ramirez. I don't know why I forgot where
Jose
I was doing.
Ramirez is doing another incredible year. This guy is so good. 18 homers, 29 steals, 295. How does he have 29 steals? He's a little chubby guy. Does he run like Babe Ruth did back in the day?
No, he's extremely fast no matter how he looks.
I know he's second in all of baseball in stolen bases.
I didn't realize that.
And he's got an 869 OPS. That guy's great.
I said Bobby Witt Jr., but
well, he's doing okay, but not as good.
Who is the division MVP right now for the
I
Central?
think it's Jose Ramirez, but it could. Well, no, they're in last place. It's got to be somebody on the Tigers. They're not in last place, but
anyway,
yeah, okay. It's the AL Central. We never pay attention to that division.
No, we don't. Best newcomer, Tony said Jack Flaherty. I'm not sure what he's been doing. Again, we don't pay attention once the Padres are done playing them.
Right, those teams go away in our mind.
Chris said Ty France with the Twins.
Yay! I had to get a little vote to Ty France.
I said Jonathan India. I actually don't know who the best newcomer is in the division.
And I don't really care that much.
Cy Young. Tony said Pablo Lopez. Chris said Joe Ryan. I said Cole Reagans.
We're all wrong.
Yep.
Tarek Skubal would probably win that.
Why didn't any of us pick him?
Yeah, it was maybe so obvious that we just overlooked him for some reason.
I can't believe that we did because he is the clear answer.
He struggled a little bit lately, but there was a moment where Tarek Skubal was on pace to finish the season with more wins than walks.
That's insane.
He currently has 10 wins and 16 walks, so he's kind of lost that. There actually was a guy who did that 20 years ago. Brett Saberhagen. Do you remember that name?
I remember the name, yeah.
Had a season, I'm going to look it up real quick, but he had a season with more wins than walks. Can you believe that?
I cannot.
That is like the season of a lifetime.
I definitely cannot believe that.
I got to find it now. Come on. Don't tell me that. Yep, here it is. 1994, 14 wins, 13 walks. That's incredible, right?
Is he I guess it
pitched for the Mets that
he was
year.
a starter, not a reliever. They just ended up getting a bunch of wins.
Hey, well, it was the strike shortened year, 94. Remember they had
Still,
the strike.
That's even more impressive.
I know he won 14-4 and he had 13 walks. That's I don't know that it'll ever be duplicated again by anybody.
Wow. That is pretty cool.
Okay. He finished third in the Cy Young balloting that year. Didn't even win it.
Of course.
1994 was the year, of course, that our friend Tony Gwynn Jr. hit 394.
Tony Gwynn Sr.
So, yeah, I'm always elevating Tony Gwynn Jr. to his dad's status. Greg Maddux was the Cy Young winner that year, so hard to argue.
Yeah, it's hard to argue that.
All right.
Sure.
We'll take a break. We'll come back. Manny Machado. If you missed it before the final weekend of the regular season, Tony Skraby on the interview they're all still talking about. It's next on Gwynn and Chris.
There's Roadrunner. Meet me. He doesn't like me. I guess I wouldn't like me either if I was chasing me. As you can see, I'm all Aztec'd out here at the Aztec Baseball Tournament. It's the SDSU Baseball Alumni Tournament. Right now, we are 1 under in the scramble, and Chris is playing well, so he's playing well. But our ringer, Jack Townsend, is playing really well. So Chris says I can't play golf, but this is the second birdie putt he's made for us. This time it was like 20 feet.
Thank you very much, Skraby. But once again, you're hitting some very nice shots as well. I'm not usually complimentary to you, but I can't help but be complimentary. Your shot making today.
With my what?
Your shot making. You've hit some.
We are league 10 now, and it's getting really windy. It's actually kind of cold. I'm not gonna lie, I know we're in San Diego, but we're 3 under as a group. We just got off a birdie, and I just hit my defense. There's a squirrel, but he wants to attack me. Squirrely! We just got our second birdie of the day thanks to this guy.
Yeah, a 4-footer after.
It was a 5-footer.
After our pro drove it 300 to the front of the green and then chipped it within 5 feet. Skraby, don't feed the animals.
Don't feed the animals. I do feed animals, but Chris made a birdie putt. Leaving the golf course. And we ended up shooting 63 once. Everything was accounted for since it was a scramble, and we had an SDSU golf player, Jack Townsend. He was with us, and he did a lot for us. I think we shot 63 because of him, but we all had a good time. There's a Roadrunner. Meet me. He doesn't like me. I guess I wouldn't like me either if I was chasing me. As you can see, I'm all Aztec'd out here at the Aztec Baseball Tournament. It's the SDSU Baseball Alumni Tournament. Right now, we are 1 under in the scramble. And Chris is playing well, Tony's playing well. But our ringer, Jack Townsend, is playing really well. So Chris says I can't play golf, but this is the second birdie putt he's made for us. This time it was like 20 feet.
Thank you very much, Skraby. But once again, you're hitting some very nice shots as well. I'm not usually complimentary to you, but I can't help but be complimentary. Your shot making today.
With my what?
Your shot making. You've hit some.
We are league 10 now, and it's getting really windy. It's actually kind of cold. I'm not gonna lie, I know we're in San Diego, but we're 3 under as a group. We just got off a birdie, and I just hit my defense. There's a squirrel, but he wants to attack me. Squirrely! We just got our second birdie of the day thanks to this guy.
Yeah, a 4-footer after.
It was a 5-footer.
After our pro drove it 300 to the front of the green and then chipped it within 5 feet. Skraby, don't feed the animals.
Don't feed the animals. I do feed animals, but Chris made a birdie putt. Leaving the golf course, and we ended up shooting 63 once. Everything was accounted for since it was a scramble, and we had an SDSU golf player, Jack Townsend. He was with us, and he did a lot for us. I think we shot 63 because of him, but we all had a good time. There's a Roadrunner. Meet me. He doesn't like me. I guess I wouldn't like me either if I was chasing me. As you can see, I'm all Aztec'd out here at the Aztec Baseball Tournament. It's the SDSU Baseball Alumni Tournament. Right now, we are 1 under in the scramble. And Chris is playing well, Tony's playing well. But our ringer, Jack Townsend, is playing really well. So
It's the All-Star break, you know. Tony needs a little time off. He'll get it. Skraby's alongside. We got another 4-hour show for you tomorrow. And I guess we can't play the Fantabulous Sports Game Show tomorrow.
I was thinking about
you actually would win tomorrow because Tony's not even here. So I'd like your chances there.
I think we need to pull like a salesperson.
Oh, you just want to play somebody off the street?
Like someone that's in the building.
Should we maybe we should just have a listener, somebody like compete for it.
As long as
have
they
a chance
don't
to
cheat.
play.
As long as they don't cheat.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, we could get somebody who's like calls up a list and is looking at it.
Yeah.
But I also could come up with a subject that they wouldn't be able to do that. I think we might do that tomorrow. I kind of like it.
All right. Because I like it too.
Well, maybe tomorrow we'll give somebody out there a chance to play the Fantabulous Sports Game Show against you.
Oof.
The problem is they've got to be good, but they can't cheat. And that's hard to find the right contestant.
You know, I think
you know what I mean?
I think we do have honest listeners.
We do. I think whoever came on, to be honest, but some people think they're good at trivia and then the lights go on and then like they can't name anything. And it's a hard game. It's a harder game than people think. Anyway, here's what I would say. Tomorrow, and we'll bring this up again tomorrow. For the first hour of the show tomorrow, people write into Skraby on the chat in like a sentence or less why they're the best contestant. And then we'll try to ferret out somebody who should be.
I could do that.
See what I mean? Like instead of just calling willy-nilly.
Yeah.
Somebody has to come up with something that makes me think you'd be a good contestant for the Fantabulous Sports Game Show.
I need you to decide because I am biased.
Between the two of us.
No, well, I am biased because I know the chat people.
Right. Okay. And we'll try to pick somebody who gets a chance to play the fan. That'll be fun. We'll get somebody else a chance to play the Fantabulous
Andrew Garrettson
tomorrow.
already put something in there. He said he works at the Better Business Bureau, all about integrity.
I like that. That's a pretty good start. Well, let's put it this way, Andrew. You're in the lead.
You're in the lead.
All right. Skraby's got our interview or their interview. Skraby and
you could say our because it's Gwynn
Tony's
Chris.
interview with the great Manny Machado the other day. I wanted to hear it. What two players homered in last year's All-Star game? I mean, see, this is why the All-Star game is just nada to me. I don't remember anything. Shohei hit a 3-run homer in the All-Star game last year. I didn't even remember that.
The only
you think
reason
you'd
I
remember that?
It's because it was on TV about 5
They just
minutes
showed
ago.
it, yeah. The other home run in the game last year was a 2-run shot by none other than Padre to be Jarren Duran.
Oh.
Actually, not Padre to be officially, but hopefully.
Someone just gets in the car. What?
Yeah, what? We got him? Not yet. Anyway, All-Star game is tomorrow night. Home Run Derby is underway. I think James Wood had 16 homers. I didn't see what the total was for Brent Rooker. I think it was a little lower than that. I think James Wood's in the lead. No, Rooker beat him. 17 for Rooker, 16 for Wood.
Happy hour, though. We forgot.
No, we didn't.
Okay.
We never forget about our guys on the happy hour. GL Pools.
That's right.
The swimming pool experts, trusted by thousands of San Diegans since 2006. Baseball season is in full swing, so is swim season. Call GL Pools, mention radio for a free month of pool service. How much time do I need for your interview?
10 minutes.
10 minutes? All right, speaking of pools, on our vacation, we went to a place in Glenwood Springs, Colorado.
Okay, sounds nice.
Okay, yeah, it's in the mountain. It's a mountain community. All right, and well, Google the same thing.
It does look nice.
Okay, Google hot springs, Glenwood Springs, hot springs. Let me see if it comes up with the same thing. I want you to see a picture of this. Clay, Glenwood Springs Hot Wings and Glenwood Resort. Okay, you got that? Are you
Oh, yes,
to that
yes,
yet?
I see it.
Okay, I want you to see a photo of the swimming pool at the hot springs in Glenwood Springs.
Oh, wow. Is it just like the longest pool you've ever seen?
The biggest swimming pool I've ever seen anywhere.
That is pretty massive.
It is 800 yards long. Like if you swam from one end to the other to that, you would need to stop twice.
It's so long that the swimming lanes that you use are like not even, how do I describe this? They're perpendicular to the actual
The
Never mind.
actual swimming pool from one end to the other has got to be 500 yards.
It's massive.
Is that fair?
There's at least
400 yards,
3 or 4 buildings it spans.
I know.
That's pretty cool.
It's the biggest swimming pool I've ever set foot in.
I like it.
It's pretty cool. It was a fun day we had there.
If you want to, here's a hotspringspool.com if you want to go look at
If you want to check out this enormous swimming pool in Glenwood Springs. As I said, if you swim from one end to the other, you got to actually stop twice for directions. That's how far it is.
They also have like some sort of
but they have hot spring pools that are people think are really cool with bath salts in them and all that weird stuff that I don't care about. But the actual swimming pool I thought was interesting.
All right,
let's hear from Manny Machado. But before that, some traffic.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center, protecting San Diego after accidents or injury, here's Kelly Danick.
Well, the 5 freeway is acting up this afternoon. Let's start with this crash. The coastline, northbound 5 just past Cannon. Those vehicles are over the right shoulder. Also, southbound 5 coastline on or near the Carlsbad Village Drive off-ramp. 2-vehicle accident over to the right shoulder. Further south on the 5, this is always a tricky spot. Right around Garnett, there is a collision involving several vehicles. Got the right lane blocked. Looks like one vehicle may be leaking fuel. Further south on the 5 before the King Freeway, some sort of debris in middle lanes. And traveling on eastbound King Freeway just past Euclid, we are getting reports of some glass, cardboard, and wood debris in the 2 left lanes. I'm Kelly Danick with Gwynn and Chris, San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Ladies and gentlemen, Manny Machado has joined the show. Manny, welcome. How are you, my friend?
I'm good.
I guess we got to start with the most important part. I mean, you reached a pretty big milestone, hit 2,000. You had 2004 now. You hit 350 early in the year. I mean, at what point in the offseason, at what point at all does this start to become something that you're actually thinking about? Because, I mean, that's a lot of hits, man. You ain't thinking about that from the beginning.
I knew the 3,000 was coming. I mean, I knew both of them going into the season where I was at, how many I was missing to those milestones. But thinking about it, I mean, right to like when you got 2 hits left, I'm not gonna lie, I've been searching for those 2 hits for a while. And man, I said it earlier this week. I mean, it's really hard to get a hit in the big leagues.
Yeah.
And that made me realize that just looking for those 2 hits, you're I mean, the ones before have come. I mean, I hit 3 yesterday. That was, it kind of just came. But when you're searching for it, when you want to hit those 2 hits, man, it's really hard. But finally you get it, and it's kind of like, all right, let's go. Now it's kind of let's get it past it and enjoy it.
Did it weigh on you as you got closer? I mean, you started about 100 away when you came into
100.
the season. Did it weigh on you as you started to get closer?
Not really. I think when it got really close, I think when it was when it kind of started thinking about it, the last couple, and then it didn't help that I kind of got into a little fun going into, Cincinnati and Philadelphia. I'm like, man, those are the 2 places that you want to get hot. I'm like, all right, I'm good. I'm going to these 2 places, get a few homers, get a few knocks, hopefully, get it done on the road. And then, you go to Cincy, we get almost no hit by Nick. And then that whole road trip kind of just went to spot and I couldn't really get it. But you know what? I think everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
It kind of felt good to do it in front of the home crowd and get the standing ovation and do it in front of the people that support you every single day. So I think it kind of worked out even better.
Talking to Manny Machado here on 97.3 The Fan for Friar Friday. And one of the things I love about you is that you love the game and the history of the game and the history behind the stats and all that stuff. And do you ever get to stop and think about 40 years from now, 30, 40 years from now? I know I'm going to be telling my unborn grandchildren that I'm sitting here interviewing you right now because I think you're going to be in the Hall of Fame. But do you ever give yourself the ability to stop and think about how you're going to be remembered?
Not really, honestly. Not really. I love living in the moment. I people ask me, how's it feel to hit 2,000 hits? Were you even thinking about that? And honestly, I kind of don't even want to reflect on it yet. I think I kind of want to wait for that and kind of look back and really realize, how cool all of this is. I kind of just, that's how I live life. I like living in the moment. I just enjoy every single day I come. Today's a brand new day, put yesterday in the past and enjoy what's today going to bring us. Right. And, I kind of just try to live by that way. But hopefully, one day I definitely want to look back. I know they're pretty cool numbers. They're pretty cool things I've been doing so far. But I kind of just want to keep living in the moment for a little bit more.
How long can you see yourself playing in your 40s?
I got no choice. I got no choice.
Deeper into your 40s, can you see yourself?
How this game is going, probably not. But yeah, I'm gonna try to. Look, there's two sides of things, right? There's obviously I'm gonna be a little bit older. The game's gonna be younger. Game's probably gonna be faster. When I came up 10 years ago, it was average. You had two guys in the bullpen throwing 96.
Right.
You have two guys throwing 96 now, and everybody else is throwing harder than that.
Right. Right.
That's the lowest now at this point. So, is the game gonna be at that level when I'm in the 40s? Who knows? But on the flip side of that, there's going to be technology. There's going to be stuff that you can do a lot better to take care of your body a lot better. You're going to be able to recover faster. And I think, me knowing myself, I'm probably going to be ahead of that curve on trying to take care of my body as best as I can.
Talking to Manny Machado here on Friday 97.3 The Fan. And I want to know, because you hit number 2000 was a hard hit single. Number 2001, a homer. Would you have switched those in your mind? Or are you happy with how it played out?
No, I think I'm good how it played out. I think it's better kind of just to have that moment for yourself and kind of just say, man, I would have preferred a double, honestly.
Okay.
I would have preferred a double than a single. But even before that, I was even telling Bogey, I walked out, I'm like, man, I think I'm going to butt. I think I'm going to butt one, just to kind of get a little closer to that 2000.
That would have been memorable if you would have bunted on your 2000 hit. Let me ask you, because you obviously knew, you talked about earlier, you coming in 100 short. Did that help you lock in early in the season? Typically, you're a little bit of a slower start, but from the get-go, you've been the same guy all season long.
Yeah. Maybe. I think I kind of started when the season started. I didn't even have that in it, and then I kind of got hot. Started hitting 2-3 hits, 4 hits here and there. Got really hot at one point, and the number started creeping up, and I was like, man, you look up and you're May, and you're like, man, you're only 20-30 away. Like this is a possibility you can get even before your birthday. So that kind of got pretty cool. And I was trying to reach it before my birthday. Obviously, it didn't happen. But yeah, that number was. I think as the season got on, I think it got a little bit more realistic.
Yeah. As we've been rolling along in this season, and you've reached these milestones, and we turn to the rest of the season. As you guys turn to the second half, what are some of the things you think the ball club has got to improve on in order to get where you guys are trying to go?
Everything.
Yeah.
Everything. I think, you can't just be like, we're good at one thing, we're not in the other. No, I think we got to improve. There's room for improvement in our aspects of our game. Our best bullpen is our best bullpen right now. It's our best bullet. I think there's room for improvement there as well. Obviously, our offense hasn't really been performing as the last 2 months as we started off. But, we've had a pretty good record here in the second half as of late. So, and we know we've been underperforming a little bit as a group, as a team. Yeah. But I know we got a lot left in the tank. There's always, I always talk about the roller coaster, and there's a roller coaster, and
it always is.
We got that bad part out of the way early, which is a good thing. And hopefully the second half, we're better. But yeah, there's a lot of improvement for a lot of things as a ball club. If we want to ultimately, reach our goal, which is winning a championship, we got to be great at all aspects of our game.
Talking to Manny Machado here on Friday 97.3 The Fan, and you're facing some good pitching with the Phillies this weekend. Now, I always ask Tony these questions, so now I get to ask another professional baseball player. But how do you prepare going into a series knowing that you're going to be facing three guys that are really good?
Yeah, 3 Cy Young guys.
Yeah.
Really good ball club over there. But Shilty talks about this all the time. It's we want to win a championship. We just talked about these are the guys you're going to be facing.
Yeah.
These are the guys you got to beat. So how we prepare for them. I think it's a good thing about it. We faced them, maybe a week ago or so. So we kind of, it's kind of fresh in our memory, their bullpen, their guys, how they kind of attacked us. But, just video, man, you kind of have some history with some of these guys. I gotta go do some more research on Wheeler for tomorrow because I can't figure him out.
Everybody's got to do some research on him. It ain't just you, Tom. That's a great point. And you brought up earlier about how velocity's changed and pitchers have gotten better. Yet you've had the same swing from the very moment you got to the league. Why has it that your particular swing has played through the changes and everything that's happened? You've been able to kind of stay the same. Why is that?
I mean, I think I kind of see. I have 3 swings. I mean, I learned this from a young age, and it was always having multiple different swings, right? Different occasions. Lefties that stand on the opposite side, sinker ballers.
Yeah.
Obviously now it's a lot of induce and sweepers. So I kind of learned that in 2020 when I kind of, I had a lot of wag on my swing on my bat. So I was kind of inconsistent with bat to barrel. And then, when I got here, they kind of told me like, hey, let's kind of change that. Let's kind of like slow it down. You can stay with your timing. That's more of a timing thing for me, but let's improve it, and I think that improved my, contact, being more consistent with barrels, helped me lay off a lot more pitches. My walks went up a little bit more. But just kind of having different swings, I mean, I think, people who kind of just stuck like, all right, this is what I work. I mean, it's 600 at bats,
right?
I mean, it's offers, it's different guys, different angles. Now it's sweep, this, that. There's so many different things. So I think you can't just have one.
Swing, yeah.
I kind of vary with my stance. I vary with my hands, move them up and down. Just kind of what your body's feeling. You might have slept on the bed the wrong way. We were on a plane for 6 hours, or for that one day we're in a plane for 12 hours. So your body's not gonna feel the same the next day. So how are you gonna make that adjustment? So I think I've been lucky that I have different, and I know how to adapt to those 3 or 4 different styles of my swing. That it's helped me be a little bit more consistent.
No doubt. Well, Manny, you've been fabulous to watch, man, all season long. We certainly are behind you guys as you guys get ready for the second half. Good luck the rest of the way. Good luck in this next 3-game set. It's going to be a tough one for everybody.
Yes, it will.
Good to see you as always, brother.
Yep.
Thanks very much.
Yes, sir.
I think he was just saying yes, sir, to anybody in particular, not really to you.
No, everybody was like, he dapped up Tony, but he didn't dap up you. I'm like, I don't know him like Tony knows
You got no
him.
dap?
I got no dap. I don't know him like Tony knows him.
Manny Machado, that interview. Great job, guys.
Thank you.
One last thing before we go. Kirk Kenny reporting in the UT, and it's online, and you can see it on Twitter. San Diego State has made a couple of little minor tweaks to its football uniforms. The most noticeable, on the road next season, the Aztecs can wear white pants with their white jerseys.
Wow.
Something they have not done since 2013. The great San Diego State football helmets have not been changed. Just slight tweaks to the uniform. Aztec football coming up in a month or 2. All right, good job, Skrabe.
You too.
Back at you tomorrow. Stay tuned. More Skraby coming up with the Chronicles next on 97.3 The Fan.
No idea what I'm going to talk about.
Me neither.